Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the second semi-final of the Super Rugby Pacific competition. Now, we already know the Blues are through to the final. Now, they will either have themselves a home game up against the Chiefs, or they will be playing at the stadium behind me, Sky Stadium, up against the Hurricanes for the end of this competition. Looking through at the starting lineups, of course, both of these sides having a few injury issues throughout the games leading up to this important semi-final. But for the Hurricanes in number one, it is Pori Rakati Stones. That is due to the fact that they do not have Xavier Numia. He is unfortunately injured for this contest. Safa Moore and Tyrell Lomax, to make his return off the bench last week, now finds himself as the starting tight head prop. Justin Sangster and Isaiah Walker-Leawiti will be there as the locking duo with Brad Shields, Peter Lakai and Braden Yossi. A nice mix of the experience of Shields with the electric, I guess, just ability of these two youngsters, both definitely in the conversation for a possible AB's Bolter. TJ Perenara and Brett Cameron will be the 9-10 combo with Geordie Barrett and Billy Proctor in the midfield. Salisi Rayasi, Josh Morby and Ruben Love as the back three. Then for the Chiefs, the away side in this contest, Aidan Ross, Samasoni Taukiaho and George Dyer. Now, Taukiaho last week was absolutely phenomenal in the contest taking place up against the Reds. In fact, most of the Chiefs players were in their matchup. Aidan Ross as number one, and also George Dyer. Of course, we're going to see that scrummaging up against Pori Rakati Stones and Tyrell Lomax. I feel like that's somewhere that this game could be won or lost. Jimmy Tupou and Tupo Va'ai will be the two in the locking duo with Sama Perefinau, Luke Jacobson and Wallace Satiti there as the loose ball trio. Cortez Ratama and Damian McKenzie at 9 and 10, Rami Kapoyapi and Anton Leonard-Brown in the midfield, and then a Tenai Nana Satoro. Quite surprising to see that man's name, seeing as last week it did seem like he did go off for the HIA, and it did sound like he didn't pass it, but he's somehow back rearing to go for this contest. Amoni Narawa out on the other wing, and then Sean Stevenson there as the number 15. But those are the lineups, ladies and gentlemen. They are certainly looking strong for this contest. We are only around 12 minutes away from the kickoff of this game. It's going to be taking place in Wellington, so the home field advantage for the Hurricanes. And also there may be a few people who are confused at why this is an earlier game. And the reason behind that is because of the Chiefs being top qualifier, they actually get to make a majority of the decisions. So their decision was that they wanted to play a little bit earlier. And you can understand why at the end of the day. Earlier on in the day, you got less due to work with. We saw in that game between the Blues and the Brumbies, there were a few handling errors coming in the later stages of the match. I'm more curious, though, to know if they decide possibly in this one. I don't want to jinx anything, but if the Hurricanes were to win this game, do they get to decide if they want the early game on Saturday for next week, or is it already confirmed as a 7:05 p.m. kickoff no matter where it is taking place? Kia ora, says Heaney there, and also Chiefs the ones to beat. And also noon to you, Kiwi Lads. We are here finally, and the Hurricanes, says Riziati. Go the Chiefs, the mighty Chiefs, says Josh. And also up to mighty Waikato Chiefs, red, yellow, and black, says Christopher. With also the head office going for all the Chiefs supporters in this one by the looks of it. But it's going to be an entertaining game. I know that both of these sides have a lot of try-scoring ability. In their last two contests, they were actually relatively similar to a certain extent. Looking at the Hurricanes, they did get themselves a comfortable win over the Rebels, winning at 47 points to 20. Now, it was pretty close at half-time, but then game kind of ran away in favour of the Canes throughout that second half, and they just upped the intensity. So I would definitely say the Hurricanes of these two sides had the better second half in their quarter-final, whereas the Chiefs, they had the better first half. They were electric throughout that first 40 minutes, managing to score pretty much anything that was a possibility. We saw some great work from Atino Nana Satoro. We saw some brilliant passing in that backline of Stevenson and McKenzie. And then in the end, they won that game 43 points to 20. So actually to 21. So very similar scorelines for these two sides. The Chiefs coming into some great form getting into that contest. The Hurricanes have been in some good form for quite a wee while now. So the question mark is, can the Chiefs make it a back-to-back performance and get themselves over the line in this contest? But we are not too far away from the kickoff of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go Chiefs Moana. And also hoping Chiefs bring their A game. Going to be a great game no matter what, says Heaney there. And yeah, it is certainly the game of the weekend in terms of the Super Rugby playoff games. A lot more people have been looking at this game as the one that can be close. Of course, deep down, we wanted Brumbies Blues to be a little bit closer than it was, seeing as it was supposed to be a semi-final, but in the end, 14 points in favour of the Blues. I'm a Hurricane supporter, but I want the Chiefs to win because they haven't been as supported as much as the Canes. That's an interesting theory. I mean, I respect it, the fact that you are supporting a side other than your own side because they haven't got many supporters, as you've said there, but yeah, surely, I guess you're happy either way then. Whoever wins this game going on to face the Blues in the Super Rugby Pacific final. And the Blues did look very strong up against the Brumbies. They were scoring plenty of tries, which is exactly what people wanted to see of them. I think that the player who's in some great form at the moment has to be Salisi Reasi. Of course, he has been talked about quite a bit, whether or not he's got the possibility of stepping up to get that AB's contract. But yeah, this is going to be one of those games that I feel like there is a lot on the line, and both sides have got such great abilities of being able to score tries. So early kickoff only 4:30, says Bhavani. And there as well, yeah, we're only 8 minutes away from the start of this contest, so not a huge mile early. We're going to be a little bit earlier for the game coming up next, which is actually going to be the URC Bulls versus Leinster game that we are doing. I think we found our next All Black coach, Vern Cotter, says Stuart Moore. So you're already sacking Razor before he's even had a game, Stuart, or you're saying after Razor? Because, of course, people are talking about Razor being around till the 2027 World Cup. Seems to be when most people want his trial to end. But, I mean, replacing him before even playing a game would certainly be something. That would be an impressive turnaround for the ABs. And after Razor, says Stuart Moore. Maybe. Depends on where Vern ends up going. Like, of course, he's had a great standout season for this first year for the Blues, and we can't take anything away from him. But at the same time, this Blues side have looked like a side that have been right on the cusp of making it far in a competition, and perhaps it just needed to be a competition that the Crusaders were already out of for them to find their full confidence, which they've been playing with a lot of it. Recently, Vern could be an assistant coach, says Ed Smith, and the Chiefs the underdog here, so nothing to lose, says Spider-Mech. Yeah, there's a big match feel to this game, you know, because both of these sides have the potential of being able to win it, and I feel like either way, both sides would be well and truly worthy of playing off in a final up against the Blues, whether that is a home game for the Hurricanes, stadium behind me like I mentioned, or whether we are heading to Eden Park, which is actually the one that is next door there, a little bit of foreshadowing of one of those two. Morning, how you doing today? I'm doing very well. We've got 2 more games of the URC after this one, so I'm pretty excited about those contests. So this won't be bad next year, says Ed Smith. So in a certain regard, like in the nicest way possible, this is the best time for any of these sides to be able to get themselves a Super Rugby title, because we don't know where the Crusaders will be sitting next year. And of course, they could end up still being struggling a little bit, but I do believe they'll make the top 8. So, you know, we're just in that scenario of this is the best year for a lot of these sides to be able to take out a title and then continue that momentum for next year. And we have got the Hurricanes and Leinster, says Bhavani, and Ahoy Hamish Blues versus Chiefs final, says the head office. Do you think Etene's big chance to shine it? Fullback AB spot is up for grabs, says Stone Cold. Well, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because the number 11 spot, you could also argue it is up for grabs. So Etene Nanasatoro is in that position of he can play both of those positions that are undecided. Because you could see Severis play a little bit of 11, maybe, is where he's going to play rather than 14. Maybe that's because they've got Mark Talia as that 14 option. You've got a Moni Narawa, he can play either side, but he prefers that 14 jersey. So for Etene Nanasatoro, as long as he has a couple more good games, or at least if this is his last game, has a good performance, he's got to be close to that squad. Next week, Springboks versus Wales, says Yako. It certainly is. Alongside Japan versus England, I believe, is also taking place. And then alongside that, the Barbarians taking on Fiji as well in the double header that has taken place at Twickenham Stadium. Thanks, mate, for the coverage, says Brent Matthews. No worries at all. Hopefully, we do get to see you next week for the final, which is, of course, just around the corner. It is going to be a big one, ladies and gents. Hurricanes look like they've got quite a good attendance for this matchup. Of course, with it being a little bit earlier in terms of the kickoff, only being 4:30 rather than being the 7 p.m, you actually have much more opportunity of selling out a game in winter. Go Ruben Love, says at GTI BFs. URC Leinster will beat the Bulls to play in the URC final against Munster, says their head office. But they are showing the starting lineup, so we will do the same, ladies and gentlemen. Not too many changes in this Hurricane starting lineup, with the exception of that front row. Pori Rakiti Stones and Tyrell Lomax will be the two slotting in as the props, and then the dangerous Asafa Moore in the middle. Him versus Samasoni Taukiaho is just a awesome battle that we're going to see out there on the field for the semi-final. Justin Sangster and Isaiah Waka-Leawiri will be the locking duo, with Brad Shields, Peter Lakai and Braden Yorsi slotting in as the loose forward trio. Hang on, Sean Stevenson's no longer in the starting lineup, ladies and gentlemen, for the Chiefs. Injury, I assume. So it does mean that Rona's going to come in at 11, Ateno Nanasatoro is going to come in at 15, and then off the bench they're going to give Liam Coombs-Fambling an opportunity. But in this back line for the Hurricanes, TJ Perenara and Brett Cameron. Perenara well and truly clear of Julian Savia now in terms of the leading try scorer in Super Rugby history. Geordie Barrett and Billy Proctor in the midfield combo, and then Salisi Reasu, who's come into some great form as of late. He's been keeping Kini Naholo out of the starting side, who started the season like a house on fire. Josh Morby out on the other wing, and Ruben Love at number 15. Then for the Chiefs, they've got their change at 15, no longer Sean Stevenson. Instead, Ateno Nanasatoro shifts from left to 15, and then Daniel Rona does get that number 11 jersey. Looking at the front row, Aidan Ross, Samasoni Taukiaho and George Dyer, with Jimmy Tupou and Tupovai as the locking duo. And then Sama Penefina, Luke Jacobson, and the inform Wallace Satiti going head-to-head with Braden Yorsi, to have got that potential of making it into the ABs, perhaps, for this year. Cortez Orataba and Damien McKenzie as the 9-10, with Ra Mikapoe Happy and Anton Leonard-Brown in the midfield. And like I mentioned, that back three of Ateno Nanasatoro no longer at 11. He is at 15. Daniel Rona out on this wing, and then Amoni Narawa out on the other. The Rainiers stayed away. They're expecting 30,000 in attendance for this game. Now, I'm not too sure how many we had at that Blues game yesterday, but I think that may be a little bit more for Sky Stadium having the 30,000 in attendance. I think we would have had around maybe 15 to 20 for that Blues versus Brumbies game. Howdy peeps. Ray going mean all tight. And Dan Stevenson is out, says Charlie. And yeah, that is definitely a big one that they've lost. Said it was hamstring during training, says Novmum. And it's Aussie sulking about not making the final and want to quit Super Rugby. I think they went pretty well this year, says Ed Smith. Yeah, they did. Like, with the exception of the playoff games, because of course most of the playoff games didn't go too well for Aussie sides. Like, the Reds probably finished a little bit higher than some anticipated. The Brumbies the same. So I don't think they need to leave just yet. Let's go to the Chiefs so my Blues can host the final, says Avito Skux there, and Brian Abana must come back, says Yako. I mean, he still looks like he could go, to be fair, from what we've seen in his Sevens, ambassador role. Still looks like he's got a bit of pace. Oh no. Brad Shields, he had the ball and they're going out onto the field, and he's actually just dropped it down the tunnel. He let out a swear word that I cannot say, but is that a sign of things to come for the Hurricanes? Maybe a knock-on early on in this contest. We know that off kickoff, they've had some struggles, the Hurricanes, but they're in their bright yellow kit, which is standing out like a sore thumb at the moment, and the crowd are hyped up, ready to go for the semi-final. But anyone who is new to the channel, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Queensland did the best out of the Aussie sides. I didn't get towed up as much as the Brumbies, says Ed Smith. Tyrell Lomax, 9 matches. Got 4 turnovers, 1. And Hurricanes says Razor and Ray Uzzy has been pretty impressive, says Naz Williams in there as well. And I'm so nervous, go the Chiefs, says Novmum. Now, the thing is, we may not have to wait very long until we see a try. If the other game of the semi-finals is anything to go by, we could see a try within the first few minutes. The Chiefs managing to score early in their game last week up against the Reds, whereas it took them a little bit longer, the Hurricanes, to get into their work. But when they did, they were extremely clinical. Like I mentioned, Chiefs first half, Hurricanes second half. That is what happened in their quarterfinals. Are we going to see that pattern continue for this one? The winner will face the Blues, either home or away, just like the Aussie TV show, but we are ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Damien McKenzie does kick that one off. We are underway at Sky Stadium, nicely taken by Billy Proctor. Inside of his 22, nice attacking run, gets them up to 22 metres out. And now TJ Perenara looks like he will be going for a kick up high. Come on, the Mighty Canes We deserve this one, says Razor Robinson. Of course, both of these sides already in their back of their mind, they'll be thinking about their Blues game, but they cannot let that get to them. They have to win this one in front of them first. Now Damian McKenzie, big shot on him by Peter Lakai. Good work in the breakdown from Isaiah Walker-Leawiti. Almost did enough to be able to get that turnover. Who's the ref? It is Angus Gardner for this contest. URC semi-final Bulls, they are in action later on tonight. Yes, up against Leinster. Should be a hard-hitting affair. Nice run ball from Luke Jacobson. Now Ratima goes back into the pocket. Damian McKenzie goes with the high ball. Ruben Love takes it well. Now, there were, of course, concerns about his knee. He was taken out late in that last game, and Harry Godfrey actually made his way into this Hurricanes side. Get up, Chiefs, says Thorfinn. Going to be kicked downfield from Ruben Love. McKenzie ready for this one, 25 out from his line. Looking to return fire, and it's well taken by Brett Cameron inside of his 22. We may see a bit of a territory game played early, bit of an awkward kick from Brett Cameron. He's put everyone on side though. Here comes a Moni Narawa with a kick of his own. Goes down the middle of the field, sits up for Salisi Arayasi. We know that man's got a long boot. Goes down to the 22. Gets the ball to bounce, so McKenzie has to chase after it. Now 5 metres out from their chase line. McKenzie will put it into touch, and that is our first stoppage in this contest, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a bit of a kicking battle throughout the first 2 minutes. What's the Chiefs' game plan, Hamish? What would you be suggesting if you were Chiefs coach? If I was Chiefs coach, they wouldn't be in a semi-final. They would have been knocked out a long time ago. Suffer more. Now ready to go with this line-out throw here just on the halfway line. Nicely taken by Uosi. Wasn't the straightest throw for the first one. Now Cameron goes across to Peter Lakai. Salisi Rayasi knocked on there from Ruben Love. But he's actually just thrown that to the Chiefs as if to say, I don't want them to know that I've dropped the ball, so we'll just give the possession away. Peter Lakai, though, almost over the ball. Gardner is waiting patiently in each of those breakdowns. And it's now going to be advantage over Amoni Narawa. He's got a man on his outside in Samapeni Finau, but he cuts back himself. Gone through 3. Puts the pass on the outside to Samapeni Finau. They may check it to make sure it was backwards, but Amoni Narawa, it was as if they knew he was going to pass, so they didn't want to tackle the bloke. And he's made about 25 extra metres. That gives Samapeni Finau his first try of his Chiefs season. He's only played a few games too, but this was poor defence from a side that have had strong defence throughout the rest of the season. We're going to see it here. Moni Narawa, they were retreating. Gets round Perenara, gets round Barrett, gets through 3 defenders and lures them all in. And then Samapeni Finau puts it in the corner. Great start to the match for the away side. Showing the faith for the Canes all the way from Vanuatu, says Greg. And I only support the Chiefs so we can host the final at Eden Park, says Spider Mick. Well, hopefully if you host the final, you at least have a decent crowd there, because semi-final crowd, I have to say, was pretty disappointing in Auckland. I think a lot of people would agree. We want to see some seats actually full if we have a final there. But now, Damian McKenzie getting ready to line up this kick. It's going to be a tough one right from the touchline. And what a pass, but crikey, the defence fell apart there. There's Razor Robinson. But yeah, it just seemed to be the case of everyone was holding off, expecting someone else to tackle Moni Narawa. No one really did. Now McKenzie getting ready to line up this kick. And he struck it beautifully there, Damian McKenzie. Straight through the middle. Good mate, Super Rugby semi-final weekend, nothing to complain about. Hope you're doing well too. Says Razor, but that's going to make the score 7-0 now in favour of the Chiefs. Great start to the contest for them. Now, I know that the odds in this game were extremely close, and the Hurricanes are now underdogs, so they have pretty much switched the role of what the start was in terms of the odds. Mean boys, I mean, it's only Brumbies K. Final is different. I'd like to think so, although it was also the chance that it was the last Blues home game, so I would have thought that that would have boosted numbers a little bit more. Now, big kick downfield from Ramika Poihipi. And across here, Ruben Love. Looking to run this one back out. Kicks it downfield. I don't think the Hurricanes are winning this territory kicking battle at the moment. They seem to be losing quite a few metres in the process. And the Chiefs are happy enough to continue playing this game. Here comes Geordie Barrett. We know he can put a bit of juice on a ball. And straight down to Tino Ninasatoro. He's going to be at the back. That's going to be partially charged down. The Chiefs, he's onside. Wallace Satiti there. I'm not sure how that's happened, but it's going to be the chance now. Cortez Aratama is through, and it's the second try of the match for the Chiefs. I believe there was a deflection off a Hurricanes player, which then put Wallace Satiti onside. It's a play-on try, and it's the second try of the match for the Chiefs. They are carving the Hurricanes open like they're a Christmas turkey at the moment. 6 minutes in, and we've already seen 2 tries. But Tino Ninasatoro kicks it downfield. It's charged down. Then it was thrown back by the Hurricanes player, which then puts Wallace Satiti onside. And then Jacobson finishes the job, goes across to Ratama. This is the same start that we saw for the Chiefs in their last game up against the Reds. And of course, we've seen them be so clinical throughout the first 40 minutes. Can they do the same throughout the second 40 in this game? Not panicking up the Canes. Says JSP, Dan not looking too flash for the brothers. And it's game over. It's not game over. We're 6 minutes into the contest. There's plenty of time to score tries, but this is a dream start to the match for the Chiefs. When they analysed this game beforehand, when they had their team meetings, they could only dream of a start like this. 2 tries off the bat. Mistakes coming thick and fast from the Hurricanes. I didn't predict that start. Yeah, I don't think many people did. Clayton McMillan just slammed his desk that hard that he almost broke his laptop. But quite the start. It's been a while since Rio Gamer. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing extremely well. It's great to see you here for the semi-final. Now, Ratima passes across to George Dyer. The Hurricanes need to get some momentum back in this contest, and they've given away the penalty, not rolling away, going against Justin Sangster as TJ Perenara went into the breakdown to try and get that turnover. Nepal also beat the Proteas, but at the end, Proteas won by 1 run. Dismal performance by almost beat them rather than did beat them. McCain, and I can see it already, says Rob. And also we have got there a bit of luck, but good teams capitalise on it. And it's the same as last game up against the Reds. Everything that could stick has stuck for the Chiefs at this stage of the contest. And, you know, with the dream pickups they were having last week, Tino Ninasatoro, one try that comes to mind, it was an awkward bouncing ball and it just stuck to that man's hands. Like, that's the kind of luck that you want when you're heading into these type of games. And like you said, the good sides are able to make that luck turn into opportunities and turn it into points. Cortez Aratama now going across to Tupavai. Already 2 on the board for the Chiefs in this one. That is going to be the knock-on from Jacobson, though. It was a poor pass from Cortez Aratama. Looks like a bit of a driving tackle there. Shields having a bit of a wrestle there with Tolkiaho. I don't think he's the one you want to be pushing and shoving. You're looking too happy, Amish. Go the Canes, says Stuart Moore. And room for the Chiefs, so I can go to another final. Garden of Eden, says Josh. Holo not playing. I believe he's off the bench in this game for the Hurricanes. No, he's not actually, sorry. It's Richard Judd and Balin Sullivan as the men who are coming off the bench. But not the start to the match that the Hurricanes were after, that is for sure. They have to now try and work out what they can do differently. Well, one thing's for sure, they can't have a loose ball because the Chiefs pounce on that and make the most of it. And beauty tackle from Moore, says Razor. And no chance balls beating Leinster, even at Loftus, Leinster by 15 plus. 15 plus is a lot, you know. Like it's at Loftus, so I would say that takes us down to less than 10 points separating the sides just from the get-go. That will be the penalty to the Canes at scrum time. This is somewhere where they can start to make up a little bit more ground. Of course, no Xavier Numia for this one. Similar vibe to the Blues Brumby start. Hard to claw back a lead like that, says Josh. Yeah, although it is an intriguing one, isn't it? Because the Chiefs throughout their second half up against the Reds scored nowhere near as many points as they did in the first half. The Hurricanes, they scored nowhere near. Oh, that's a poor kick from Geordie Barrett. Hasn't even found touch by 15 metres or so there. Altitude would be a factor at Loftus. It would be if there's not many handling errors, because we actually saw in the Bulls versus Munster game when they were playing at altitude, and actually Munster anywhere that they've played at altitude, because of the mistakes being made from the South African side, it actually kept Munster fresh for the later stages of that game. Now about to throw this one in. It's going to be a suffer more. 10 minutes into the contest, and this line out is a little bit further out than the Hurricanes would have liked. They're taking their time to throw it in. They've got to go now, and they do get it to Brad Shields. Now Perenara across the camera, and Peter Lakai runs it at Wallace Satiti. It's one of the standouts in the last contest up against the Reds. Iwaka Leo Wiri. It is in behind Brad Shields. Awkward bouncing ball. Salisi Reasi leaves it for Sangster, who gets the offload on the outside. Tuamua. Missed tackle from Cortez Aratama. Gives Amua some forward momentum as Iwaka Leo Wiri dragged down. Wallace Satiti wanting the turnover. Can't quite get a camera now. Short border. Peter Lakai thought about his offload. I know it was Chiefs in the Blues final. Says Dewey there now. Big run forward from Isaiah Walker, Leo Wiri. Still placing the ball. That's a good phase play for the Hurricanes. They've just ballsed it up. It was Justin Sangster. Tried to pass it to Peter Lakai, who was only about 3 inches from him. Knock on from it. Tenanana Satoro. So it's going to be back now in favour of the Hurricanes. And they had the advantage. Oh, hang on. Wait. So there was no advantage from the knock-on that they were currently playing. So they cancelled that one to turn it into a penalty for the Chiefs. And Jacobson's the one complaining about a short advantage because they actually dropped the ball on the other side of the field, the Hurricanes. That was really confusing. So they were under penalty knock-on advantage. Referee never said advantage over, but the penalty goes the way of the Chiefs. Hopefully that makes sense, ladies and gents. No advantage, yeah. It's quite confusing, but we got there in the end. It was Brumbies versus Blues. Says Classic Tally. You should work for Sky Sport, mate. You're good. Says Classic Tally. Thank you very much. There was one phase ref. Says Razor there. As Tom Rona playing for the Chiefs. Daniel Rona's out on the wing for this game because of the late injury exclusion of Sean Stevenson. So Atena Nana Satoro moves to fullback, and then alongside that, we've also got that other situation, which is Daniel Rona out to that left wing. Chiefs need to be consistent. Says Kevin Rapana there. Hurricanes cannot tackle currently. Says Badass Edog, or Edog, I think that is, rather than Edog. Chiefs will lose, says Kishan. Yeah, Clayton McMillan certainly fired up about that second try being scored. It is 14-0 at the moment after 12 minutes. In this contest, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about odds, Hurricanes are $2.50 underdogs in this game. What is on your shirt, Hamish? Says Ed Smith. It is the Rugby League World Cup Kiwi shirt. I think it's their training kit. Is the one we've got. So it's got a little Kiwi there. A little Rugby League World Cup logo there as well. Canes will hit back, no worries. Says Charisse. Now going off to the left-hand side. TJ Perenara. Morby was hit a little bit high by Anton Leonard-Brown there, but it is going to be a knock-on against the Hurricanes. And referee, it is another penalty going the way of the Chiefs. Did Leonard-Brown hit Morby a little bit too high there? That's my only concern. But I don't think they're going to show it. So we're all right. The Chiefs got the better coach. Says Manu there. Now looking to kick this one towards the touchline. It is Damien McKenzie. Like they're saying, it's that rush defence of Anton Leonard-Brown. Yeah, that's high from Leonard-Brown, unfortunately. I think maybe he made contact first, but there was head on head. Must have been cleared. McMillan says Manu there. Now, Samasoni Tolhiaho getting ready to throw this one in. This might be a strange thing to say, but the ball is pumped up too much. It's bouncing all over the place, says Stuart Moore. Yeah, they've certainly inflated it to the PSI that the ball can handle for this contest. Another penalty advantage going the way of the Chiefs. Morning, Hamish, back in South Africa for 4 weeks. Thanks for the commentary, says Joss. It's great to have you here. That is a knock-on from Amoni Narawa, so they will go back for the original penalty. And this could give the Chiefs a 17-point lead if this one does go over. Chiefs started the season really strong and fell away mid-season. Come back strong in the finals, says Ed Smith. Do they take the points here? It's finals rugby. You almost have to, don't you? And come on, the Chiefs, says Richie. Yep, they are going for the 3 points here. Still scoring at a point a minute at this point of the game, the Chiefs. Which, of course, is a brilliant start to the semi-final. But yeah, flat run from Amoni Narawa. He started the whole scoring for the Chiefs with his assist to Samapeni Finau. Peter Lakai, he got a little bit of a limp at the moment by the looks of it. for the Hurricanes. So we have to keep an eye on that. Take all the points you can get. Good afternoon, Hamish, and up the mighty Blues after last night's glorious victory. Feeling strained here today with work, and hoping you're doing well. G'day to all viewers from Brisbane, says James. And as well, looking forward to seeing Barbarians versus Fiji and New Zealand, says 679. Yeah, I'm not actually too sure where they're showing that Barbarians-Fiji game. I don't know if they're showing it here in New Zealand. Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything anyway about it. It's over Canes play like Hawke's Bay, says Stay Hunky. I mean, Hawke's Bay had a Ranfurly Shield for a very long time. Prestigious club rugby title, but that's now going over. And that is going to make the score after 15 minutes, 17 points to nil. Anyone know where I can watch this from, Aussie? I believe it's on Stan Sport for Australian viewers. But I'm not sure about any other options other than that one for Australia. Come on, the Hurricanes, says Terry Moana. Sam Whitelock is playing for the Barbarians, says Ed Smith. Now, good low tackle made on Wallace Satiti. They're sitting 22 metres out at the moment. It is no longer on Fox as they lost the contract, says James Martin. And Canes have done Chiefs Blues, says Tui. Downfield from Damian McKenzie. Well lined up by Brett Cameron. The Hurricanes need a couple tries before the end of this first half if they want a very good chance of winning this game. Ruben Love kicking downfield again. But McKenzie is waiting for it. And he considered kicking it towards the touchline. But it does now look like he's going to have a bit of a run himself. At Tino Nana Satoro, Peter Lakai getting into the breakdown of Safa Moore. Told to get out of it. If you're behind, only a miracle to come back. I assume you're talking by this margin. That is a big shot coming through the middle from Isaiah Wakaliawiri, cleaning out Aiden Ross, who are the wingers for the Chiefs. They have got Daniel Rona and Amoni Narawa. Tino Nana Satoro is out on the field. That's another penalty going the way of the Chiefs. Oh, we will go like this. We will go like that as well. Who are the wingers? Oh no, I read that one, didn't I? Chiefs have early points, says 679. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if the Barbarians have actually announced their team, because I know that, like you said, Sam Whitelock is in there. Trying to think if I know of any other Kiwis who have already been selected. Player news, there we go. Okay, they may have only announced Sam Whitelock at this point. Yeah, it does look that way. And also, the Brumbies tried and failed. Yeah, Justin Sangster, actually the man who has been penalised again there. Still early in the game, don't count anyone out and go. The Chiefs, says Alex. Now, it's going to be the knock-on from the Chiefs. Hurricanes have got the advantage now. Braden Yorsey. Moving up to 45 metres out. Zion has said hello, welcome in. Wonder if Sam is captain. I think that might be the case, which might be why they've announced him so early. Nice ball for Josh Morby on the outside. Looks like a scrappy game when it comes to the breakdowns at the moment. Oh, coming through the middle there. They've said that he timed it well. Luke Jacobson, Ruben Love, passed on the outside away to Salisi Arayasi, one-on-one with Damian McKenzie. Manages to bump through him, but Anton Leonard Brown is there to make the next tackle. If the Chiefs win the Blues versus Chiefs Hamilton or Blues versus Chiefs Auckland, says 679. So it would be a home game for the Blues, but currently 40 metres out for the line. Quick hands from it. Tena Nana Satoro. In fact, no, sorry, it was Salisi Rayasi now off to Braden Yossi, and he will score again for the Hurricanes. That's about 4 weeks in a row now that man has scored himself tries. He's right place, right time, and the Hurricanes are back in it. And get another try. Geez, we was scrum located. It was about 45 metres out, but since then, had quite a few phases for the Hurricanes. And Braden Yossi at the end of it, managing to get himself oh, hang on, they're looking at it. They're checking for a forward pass somewhere in this one. Okay, there's a clear forward pass. This is going to be no try by the sounds of it. You'll see Pride of Palmerston North. There comes the Canes. The ref definitely hasn't got a holiday house in Wellington. Okay, it was forward, right? We never looked at that last pass from Narawa to Samapeni Finau, though, and I think that one was about the same as that pass. I'm just saying. But It is going to be a disallowed try here for the Hurricanes due to a forward pass out wide. Just drifting forward by maybe half a metre, if not less. And the crowd not happy about it either. Sharisa said no, let's go the Blues, says Tui. And bad pass, says 679. But they have already got themselves the penalty anyway there, the Hurricanes, so they will be able to kick this one into touch. But Braden Yossi disallowed try for pass, which they call those in rugby league as well during try reviews, says Orisi there. And come on, ref, keep up the good work, says Spider Mech there. I don't want you creeping is what the referees just said to the Chiefs. Now, in a different scenario, that would sound very, very strange. But, yeah, of course, talking about the line out and the gap being closed. Inconsistency, match official, says Ivan. Now, that's going to be nicely taken by Brad Shields, Peter Lakai. Geordie Barrett goes across to Billy Proctor. Oh, Reasi, I thought he almost knocked that one on there. So they're 10 metres out from the line, though. So, theoretically, the Hurricanes need 3 phases so that they can't go back and check that one for the TMO. Peter Lakai, though, goes through, which means we will check that one now, but it's going to be the try, maybe, for Peter Lakai. We have to wait, though, to find out. Was there a knock-on from Salisi Reasi? Both loose forwards for the Hurricanes. At this point, getting involved, the open side and the number 8. But Peter Lakai, that'll be his 5th try of the season if this one stands. We just have to wait to find out. Keep up the work, ref. Unless it's the Satyrs versus Blues, then you suck right, Spider, says Dr. Pooh. And I said, go the Hurricanes, says Zion. And there as well, but great run from Peter Lakai. Powers through Cortez Aratima. Probably missed about 5 tackles in this game, perhaps feeling the nerves of the big occasion. But the Hurricanes now on the board for their first try, I believe. I'm still waiting to make sure that that one's not going to be disallowed for what might have been a knock-on. And let's go the Chiefy, says Dewey there. And no try, says stay hunky in there. And up the Chiefs, says fit and come on the cane, says 6-7-9. And yep, it's a try, says Zion. So Brett Cameron actually only kicking at a 66% accuracy for this season so far. The ball has once again fallen off the tee. It's happened quite a bit throughout this game. At this point, the contest. But Brett Cameron hasn't got a huge amount of time to be able to work with here, but has to try and get this one over, and he has done just that. That'll make the score now 7 points to 17. Geordie under pressure has an 87% chance to either get a yellow card, miss crucial tackle, or throw an intercept pass. Says JP Travels, no try, says Lebby there, and thanks for the great commentary, says the outlier. Thank you very much for tuning in. And forward pass, says Lebby, although that one has already been disallowed, that Braden Yossi try. This is, of course, the try of Peter Lakai. Ooh, okay, that's a big blow. Samasoni Taukiaho coming from the field now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what the extent is of that injury, but that is a big hit for that man to be missing from this contest. Now back into the pocket, TJ Perenara goes to Barrett. Chiefs robbed, says Ivan. And Windy Wellington and Hurricanes can win this, says LJ Edits. Now running up to the halfway line was a Tenai Nana Satoro. Now Ratama goes back across to Tupavai. Ball's been stripped by Tyrell Lomax, but it does go backwards. This game will go down to the wire to the last minute, says Orisi there. Ratama goes off to Aiden Ross. Didn't quite have that momentum going forward that he wanted, as he had to hesitate while Ratama faked. And up the cane, says JSP. Here comes the kick from Ratama. It's up high and chasing well is Daniel Rona. He's just knocked it on in the process. Morby cleans it up for the Canes. We're already 23 minutes through this contest. Current score 7 points to 17 in favour of the away side. Narawa 14, says JP. Certainly is. He's the only one of the back 3 that did not change for this match. We have Hamish Bro, which jersey you wearing today? It's Cuppa sponsored by this jersey. It's just the Rugby League World Cup one, but I'm not sure who the maker is of it, to be honest. But it's the New Zealand training kit from the Rugby League World Cup. And now Moni Narawa passes on the outside to Anton Leonard Brown, running straight sideways at the moment, but he straightens straight into a Safa Moore. Ratama gets it away to McKenzie, inside ball to Imoni Narawa. They certainly won't give him the space that they gave him for that first try. Narawa and Reese on the wings for the ABs would be sick. So here's JP travels. Waiman to Taukiaho. Is it serious? He looked like he had a bit of a limp, but I'm not too sure what the extent was of where it actually happened. Up the Chiefs says Finn, up the Chiefs says Nismo. Now Tupavai, taken down by Pauri Rakiti Stones. That's a Kappa logo on your jersey. Oh, is that the one with the people on it? Now Wallace Satiti pins his ears back. Ratamari gathers and he gets another try for the Chiefs. Wallace Satiti is cutting the Hurricanes open at the moment. And it looks like there's a little bit of push and shove that's about to take place as well. But Cortez Aratama, Satiti's just flying in this game. I feel like the person who will be most worried about the form of Wallace Satiti would probably be Luke Jacobson, because to be honest, he's taken that number 8 jersey that Jacobson was wearing earlier in the season and has made it even better. You make it so exciting, Amish. Come on, Waikato, hang on. We've got the TMO involved. It might not be a try. They want to check something first, ladies and gentlemen. Angus, at that box kick, 9 gets hit in the back of the head. So they're checking potential foul play from a kick that happened 50 metres down the field. So it's going to be the cheap shot. It's off his back, isn't it? It's a cheap shot from Samapeni Fair now. It's a bit dirty, of course, but I don't think it's worthy of... Right, the TMO's confirming head. Oh, yeah, no, he did get him. His head connected with the back of TJ's. Justin Marshall doesn't like it. This angle doesn't show it. But yeah, it's actually it's a flying headbutt to the back of the head of TJ Perenara. This is going to be probably no try. This is probably going to be at least a yellow card for Samapeni Finau. Yep, that is direct head contact. Discipline of Finau continues to amaze because that man has none of it. And I'm in two minds here. Satiti is my cousin, but I want the Canes to win, says JSP. And damn, hopefully not a red. Yeah, so it's going to be a yellow card. It's going to be a cancelled out try, which just put all that work that Satiti and Ratama did to shame pretty much. And hopefully not the red. They sent that back so far. They did. And that's one of the problems we've had with this game in particular. They are very keen to check it. Who's offered is Samapeni Finau, who will be taken from the field. So that'll be a disallowed try. Watch your discipline, Chiefs, stupid player. Won't make the All Blacks dumb man dumb, says Charlie. Yeah, like he for me was the front runner in terms of the possibility at the start of the season as the All Black 6. But throughout this season, he's just made some really bad decisions. And I do hope it's only a yellow card, or else a red card will completely change this game. Rugby's gone soft. I mean, a flying headbutt to the back of the head's not ideal, is it? Like, that one's probably, once they slowed it down, it was a clear at least yellow with the current laws. And Chiefs Mana, it's actually more dangerous as well to hit a guy in the back of the head than it is the front of the head. Because back of the head, I mean, we've seen it with boxers before. Guys have been paralysed from that shot to the spinal cord. Oh, and TJ has been asked to have an HIA, which is a good call from the referee, because at the end of the day, he has taken a mighty shot. And even if he's got a mullet protecting the back of his head, you'd still feel it. No brains, that player, says Charlie. And I boy, pretty harsh. And also we got their Chiefs Mana, or Kiwi Lads Mana. Says Blues Nate. So Richard Judd will make his way onto the field. Gotta come watch this game live from Bali. Give us your best commentary, brother, says Aki. And there as well. Well, time is back on now. We got 10 minutes of no Samapeni Finau thrown in by the Hurricanes. And now Lakai cross to the replacement. Judd goes to Barrett with the flat run forward. That is dangerous, Hamish. He did it last week and got a yellow. Says now Manu going high, cross kick, nicely taken under the high ball from Atena Nana Satoro. Hurricanes need to convert a try. Keep the score close. Yeah, if they can score within the next 10 minutes with the Chiefs being a man down, that would be a massive confidence booster for the Canes heading into the second half, seeing as in their game up against the Rebels, that was actually their better half. A rugby Proctor has been penalised in the breakdown for leaving his feet. Red card all day, says Stuart Moore. Yeah, yellow card is fair enough. And filthy play, Chiefs, says JSB. With ill-disciplined, low IQ plays like that, he should go play for the Warriors with fit right in. Jacob is not happy. He said, shut up. Oh, no, he said, shut up to Stewart. But Stewart, you know, he might be right. We haven't heard the review yet. It could end up being a red card for head-on-head to the back of the head. Like I mentioned, I don't know if the laws are actually written in that regard of back of the head makes a difference than front of the head, but like the only way we know that it's not a red is if we get through this next... Oh, okay, it's going to remain a yellow card because it's changing dynamics because TJ's kicking the ball. So Samapeni Finau, he will be off the field for the 10 minutes, and that is all. Yeah, no upgrade there. Chiefs will still win hands down. And remain a yellow, says the Novmum there. Yellow, not red, says Doctor. And there as well. Now it's going to be thrown in by Bradley Slater, stolen by the Hurricanes. How much will the impact of not having Samapeni and also Samasoni out there on the field do for the next 10 minutes in this one for the Chiefs? Kicked him behind from Josh Morby, goes straight into the hands of a Tene Nene Satoro, kick downfield. And it's gone into touch about 35 metres out. And we have got there, they're always checking something, says Josh. Didn't Frank for the draw get red for a similar incident or what? I know that Frank Lamani got a red for an elbow. So that might, unless there's a different one you're talking about. Cheers, Hamish, a yellow card could be sufficient. And that's right, mate, says Classic Tally. And there as well, mitigating factor was TJ lowering his head. Says JSP, yeah, well, he was in the kicking motion, wasn't he? He was halfway through a box kick at the time he was struck. But Richard Judd now going off to Braden Yossi. Almost had the try earlier on till it was cancelled out for a forward pass from the winger Salisi Rayasi. Now Proctor goes off to Geordie Barrett, bumps off Dyer, look for the offload, and there's going to be the knock-on from the Hurricanes. And hopefully TJ is okay and recovers fast. Well, that is a factor. If he doesn't pass his HIA, the Hurricanes will no longer have one of their most emphatic try-scoring options out there on the field. Yeah, you're on to Hamish, says Jacob. And also, Chiefs have a lot of confidence. Unbelievable, says Stuart Moore. I think Peter Luckeye might have been tackled off the ball there, but that's all right. There's a lot going on in this game in terms of, like, not so much off the ball, but very close to the ball stuff. Both sides are guilty of it, though. So I feel like it's only a matter of time till one of them do get penalised in a semi-final. Man, how dumb, says Josh. They're currently just outside of the 22. They just mentioned about the fact that it is the first Chiefs scrum feed in this matchup. They haven't had too many of them. 56 likes that big. Says 679. Yeah, anyone who is new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. You all being here for this match. We are back for the URC finals that are taking place tomorrow as well. So yeah, be sure to keep an eye out for those. But now, in the hands of Amoni Naroa, man, he is hard to tackle today by the looks of it. My opinion, Perenaro milked that big time. I disagree. I think that when you get hit in the back of the head, you're always going to kind of, you know, like the back of the head's quite a vulnerable area. It's like, you know, when a cat gets aggressive when you touch its belly, because that's kind of like it has to really trust you before it lets you touch it there. Back in the neck's a little bit similar, you know. The weird comparison, but like if you get hit there, you ain't got much muscle there. That's just kind of spinal cord and also a little bit of backbone. So I can understand why you'd stay down a little bit. And to be fair, he didn't want to go off the field for an HIA. Once he got back up and continued playing, I should mention as well, afterwards, because of course the TMO went back quite far to find it. And Canes need to score next, says Charisse, and come on the Canes, says Grace. Now, Richard Judd goes across to Brett Cameron. Flat run again from Geordie Barrett. Handled by Satiti. Perenara is a genius at playing to the ref, though. Yeah, although he also annoys the ref a lot with how much he talks. Ruben Love, nice step there for the Canes. Jimmy Tupou holding back Richard Judd there. That was the kind of thing that I mentioned, how it's happening off the ball a little bit. Both sides getting involved, getting it scrappy out there for the semi-final. Ball is there for Richard Judd now. It's to work hard to get it from the breakdown. Billy Proctor. And he's dropped that ball. It is the knock-on. And now the Chiefs, they will have themselves a scrum feed inside of their 22. Please win, Canes, says Terry Moana. Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing one because The Canes, I would say throughout the last maybe 15 minutes have looked like the better side, whereas for the first 15, it was definitely the Chiefs who did look like the superior side out there on the field. So both sides having a seesaw like we did anticipate. The last time these two sides played, it was relatively close as well. Now only 8.5 minutes remaining in this first half. We have to see what happens from here. Still another 4 minutes remaining. This yellow card has actually gone very quick for the Chiefs. Maybe he was hurt, but I've seen him many times exaggerate the impact of tackles this season. He looked super desperate at every breakdown looking for penalties. Says JP. I mean, I can agree with that part of, like, normally the halfbacks are the ones who are trying to milk it. I mean, you look at pretty much any halfback at the moment in Super Rugby, a majority of them are doing the whole thing of, I'm going to try and milk it by falling over the guy who's on the ground, or I'm going to try and pass it into someone who's a little bit offside for the sake of winning the penalty. And a lot of the times the referees this season have said, nah, just stop doing that, just play on, which is quite good, because I feel like as soon as you take the halfbacks milking things out of the game, then you're going to have a lot less people annoyed at halfbacks in general. Because boy, can they talk. Safamoa, ready to throw this one in. Let's go. The Canes halfbacks are the soccer players of rugby. Says Jacob, I'm pretty sure they milk it. Bad sportsmanship. Did you see the shot, Spider-Mech, or are you just... Because I know normally you comment on when you can't see. That looked forward to Salesi Reasi, and it is this time. So another opportunity for the Chiefs at scrum time. They've gone from not having a scrum for 30 minutes to having about 3 in the last 2 minutes. Tinanana Satoro running up there to block it. Come on, the Canes, says Stuart Moore. Ruben Love looking a little bit frustrated about that one. It's that rush defence at the moment of the Canes to just know when those passes are coming, and he puts in the big shot. Come on, Canes, settle down. Says Ion. And Arcee was spinning all over the place like he's in the NFL there, out wide. And Ivan, now make you an official Hurricane supporter, whether you like it or not. You are dubbed Sir Ivan Canes de Largo Esquire, says Dr. Poe. I got a hunch, Hammy. But did you see it, or are you just saying from the words, I guess? And come on, the Canes, says David the Mod. This one's going to be fed in by Cortez Aratama. They're looking for a big push there, the Chiefs, but both scrums have been solid throughout it. Shane Gregan got away with his scrap 10 years because the refs finally started ignoring him. He was the GOAT he was the GOAT at that. Canes not finals ready. Says in a light, nice step from Radley Slater. It is interesting because, like, up until a week ago, we probably would have said the same thing about the Chiefs. But they've seemed to really come alive during playoff rugby, which, you know, is something that you definitely need. That is a rough one there at the back from Cameron. He has butchered that. And that is now going to be a 50-22 for the Chiefs, with a great opportunity of going over before the end of the first half. And South Africa versus Wales there, 6-7-9, I should say. One of my sister and her husband are at the game. The Chiefs win, says Bato, and New Zealand versus Fiji says 6-7-9, 50-22. But yeah, mistake made by Brett Cameron at the back. Looks like Samapeni Finau, he's only 40 seconds away from making his way back out onto the field. One of the water boys, I think it's Marshall, talking to him, just saying, don't do that again. You know, we need you out there on the field. Cheese Mana comes alive. How far out is the 50-22 line out, mate? It is sitting about, I'd say, 11 or 12 metres at the moment. Canes making silly little mistakes, and it could cost them, says Stuart Moore. Oh, okay. TJ has passed his HIA, so he is going to be able to continue in this matchup. The ball is loose at the back, well stolen by the Hurricanes, with Braden Yursay sitting down. Damian McKenzie, drop ball, but it does go backwards for the Hurricanes. And they will hang on to this one. Hope the Canes get more points. Keep playing well, Chiefs. Now Brett Cameron has to kick it high for the clearance. This one will be about maybe 17 metres out. Oh, free 2-piece secret recipe chicken from KFC. Use code SECRET. There you go. Wow. I'd love some chicken. Cheese Mana, red, yellow, and black. Says Christopher. And come on, the Chiefs says stay hungry. But yeah, that is 2 missed lineouts at the moment from Bradley Slater. And this looks like another injury at lineout time. Bradley Slater might have a might have a finger injury here. He thinks that he's all right, and he has to continue this match, or else we could have uncontested scrums, I believe, would end up happening in this game, which is the last thing the Chiefs would want. Hurricanes need to be more accurate, says Ed Smith. Yeah, looks like the whole four back at the moment just taking some deep breaths, and it's actually Braden Yorsey. They've got Brad Shields in that huddle, but Braden Yorsey was the one trying to calm everyone down and try and tell them, right, boys, we just need to settle it down. Got a KFC and Waimea yet? Nah, nowhere near it. KFC and Rice, says Dr. Poe, and also how long till half time? We've still got another 4 minutes remaining. Oh, I just realised how long it's been since the scoreboard has updated time. There we go. And now Salisi Reasi, he has knocked that ball on, wasn't able to regather it well, so Amoni Narua going to have that ball available. Another try, please. Chiefs, 3 minutes is in a light. Now going back across to the right-hand side, Damien McKenzie goes away to Anton. Leonard Brown skip past the Poi Happy, tackled low by Shields. They've lost about 10 or so metres from that knock-on advantage. So if he's consistent, yeah, I was going to say, if the ref's consistent, he's got to go back for this one, because the Hurricanes only got one phase before their advantage was over. And another try to the Canes, says Grace. And that's Feast, yikes, says Ivan. She said, never won a Super Rugby semi-final on the road, 0 from 4. That is quite the stat they have just popped up on the screen. So this, if they do get the victory here, would be their first away win in a semi-final. Surely Canes get another try, says Grace, although they've got to get out of their own 22 first. They've been struggling in terms of the territory in the last couple of moments. TJ Perenara back out onto the field, actually coming on at the same time as Summer Penny Fee now. Chiefs bridesmaids again, Eden Park, says in a light. Richard Judd just having that little short stint out there on the park before he's taken from the field. Ruben Love is nowhere near ready for the ABs in my opinion. After all the hype, I just do not see it, says JP Travels. Now ready to throw this ball in, or at least feed this ball in. What kind of soy boy gaylord effort from the Canes is this, says Nick M. They didn't start the match too well, I guess, to answer your question, but they're not out of it yet. If the Chiefs score now, it might be a little bit trickier for them to get back into the contest, but the Chiefs just took their chances in the early stages of this matchup and were rewarded with tries. Eden Park doesn't intimidate Waikato or the Chiefs, says Heaney. Yeah, although they were beaten there only 2 weeks ago, weren't they, the Chiefs? Although they managed to shut out the Blues bonus point, which would have guaranteed the Blues a home final anyway. The Canes have actually done well against the Chiefs' onslaught. They're still in it, says David. Now off the back, here comes Wallace Satiti. Good tackle, mate. We've got one gifted membership from Robert. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated. Evening, Hammy and all. Canes getting hammered. No, says Dar. That's no hype. I've proved he's got games, says Nars Williams. I'm getting a little bit closer to the try line. Luke Jacobson. Now Tupou. Getting closer. Ratama. And Blues never have lost a game at the Eden, says Spider Mech. It sounds like you do it often, yikes. And also Blues winning. AB's looking, rugby looking strong, says Dan. Now across again to Jimmy Tupou. Can't get any more metres. He was trying to. Looked like a fish out of water there. It's almost the top North Island versus Middle North Island finale, says Josh. Now across to Wallace Satiti again. He's been very strong throughout this match. Ratama goes across to McKenzie. They've got a few options. They go to Bradley Slater. Yossi looking for the turnover. Can't quite get in there. Ratama again. Going back across McKenzie. Oh, that's a big shot on Daniel Rona by Asafa Moore. Now, Imoni Narawa loses a couple metres from the tackle with Shields. Hurricanes in off their feet. Could be a penalty advantage for the Chiefs. Looks like it's going to be play on. Here comes Anton Leonard Brown. Stepping through two, but Moore makes another tackle. Proctor loses his footing. Little chip him behind from Damien McKenzie. Cameron doesn't handle it. Fennell keeps it alive. I think that's a try to Daniel Rona and another mistake from Brett Cameron. He's had a few in a row. It's been looking pretty shabby out there on the field for the semi-final. Let's go the Blues. We'll win the final, yo. And go the Chiefs, says Johan, and got to feed the body. Brother after the Mahi says, Doctor, on-field decision is try. Wallace Atiti has future stamp, bring him through, says Rodeo. And let's go, the Blues will win the final. Yeah, I think that Brett Cameron at the back has really... Oh, hang on. He has to get rid of it. Has to get that ball away. He's still in the air. He's still in the air. He's still in the air. Oh, he's still got a finger on it. Yeah, he's still got the ball, so it's going to be no try. But that was so close to a phenomenal effort at the back from Sama Penny Finau. I love chicken fried or boiled. More protein for the bro machine. Says Dr. and TAB going down. Says, and no try, says Christian and Watt, says Orisi. So yeah, extremely close to the corner. But now 10 seconds remaining. It is going to be the line out for the Hurricanes. Like they said, Brett Cronin, sore fingers still on that ball. Oh. Okay, they just need to get this ball in and out here for the Hurricanes. And goal, we like trucks, mate. Has said nicely short to Peter Lakai and the Hurricanes. They will wait. He's run it out. He's run it out. Is he allowed to do that? He is. And Sevens, you're not allowed to run it out, I don't believe. Congratulations to Robert. Have become a channel member. Although Robert is already a member, he has given it to someone else. As our camera needs to be subbed off and sent right back to Greymouth. Bust off economy seat. Back to Palmy, says JP. What time are the Bulls playing? And are you going to give commentary? We are indeed. They are playing at 2 a.m. New Zealand time, which is 4 p.m. South African time. We are actually starting 30 minutes before that game to just talk all things URC as well as what has happened in Super Rugby as well. And then the later game is 7 p.m. South African time, and that has taken place between Munster and Glasgow. That will be the last of the URC games. That was a try, says Badass E-Dog. And Chiefs robbed, says Stay Hunky. Although, like in the replay, frame by frame, it did look like one of the fingers was off it, but then when they played a couple more frames, I could still see the flick of the finger, if that makes sense. So I think it was the right choice, but it was also extremely close. And they had to get clear, conclusive evidence because on-field was actually ruled as a try. My heart says Razor Robinson. Yeah, that is a big chance for the Chiefs right at the end. Hurricanes no-show, says Anna Light, although second half could be interesting. We cool, mate. Says we like trucks, mate. And this is a game of the disallowed tries. Yeah, the TMO has been the main event at this stage. And go the Hurricanes, says Kirshen there, and Brett Cameron having a shocker. Yeah, he has not looked strong in that 10 jersey, but the problem that the Hurricanes have got is they have got Richard Judd and they have got Balin Sullivan as their replacements. They do not have a spare number 10. Unless, of course, we see a little bit of a reshuffle. Maybe you put Ruben Love to 10. Maybe you put Geordie Barrett to 15 and Balin Sullivan in the midfield. That's a lot of changes, though. So that ref and TMO 1v1 me, but that would be a 2v1. Because ref and TMO, that's two people. Ruben Love to 10, says Razor Robinson. Is it still a yellow or upgraded to red? So in the end, it did remain as a yellow card. Now, I should also mention at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, for how it sits in this contest, there is the possibility of golden point time. Of course, if we did have golden point time, that is if both sides are at the same points at the end of the 80 minutes. The trophy already is in the Blues cupboard. The cupboard. To be fair, Spider-Meek, the way you spelt cupboard is the way that I would think it was spelt if I didn't know how it was spelt. You know, of course, the P. And now would be 4 tries to 2 if no TMO interference, says Orisi there. And Line Brother, says Doctor. And there as well, and play for the Warriors, says Rodeo. I can handle them both, Hamish, says Stay Hunky. I guess that's a bonus then, isn't it? But looking through at some of these stats for this first half, Cabard, says JSP. Although the way that Scottish people say cupboard, it's quite a bit of fun, isn't it? But the first half stats, ladies and gentlemen, I keep on getting distracted. 211 metres gained by the Chiefs compared to the 291 metres gained by the Hurricanes, by the Chiefs, the other way around. 15 defenders beaten by the Chiefs compared to the 8 defenders beaten by the Hurricanes. We've also seen more tackles made by the Hurricanes in this game, just like Pitcher, says Vito Sucks, and Slay moment for the Chiefs, says Cesar. I don't understand the yellow card, changing dynamics, yet TJ only change was reducing body height to box kick. Don't know how that doesn't become red, says Razor. And also we have got their choke, says and there as well, looking at the penalty count. 5 against the Hurricanes, 3 against the Chiefs, although the Chiefs are the team with the yellow card. Like and subscribe to Kiwi Guys Rugby Lovers. There's their head office. And of course, like I mentioned, we have got 2 more games later on tonight. We are doing both games of the URC on the channel. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And good morning, Hamish. Looking awesome. Still woke up, or just woke up, sleep late. It's still 7:26 a.m. Says Roof, and great work as usual, and we're actually beating the Hurricanes. Is this a dream? Well, it depends on how they're going at the end of the 80 minutes. Of course, like I mentioned, in the semi-finals, the quarterfinals for the 2 sides, the Hurricanes at halftime up against the Rebels, they weren't really able to assert a strong lead in that contest. The Chiefs, they were able to assert an extremely strong lead at the start of their game up against the Reds. I would against their farm and pure shotgun on the Canes. Says Rugby Itch there. And also bettors are always getting screwed. The first half total was 24.5 and 92% of the money was on the over. And it's always convenient. Tries get called back, completely fixed. Says Robert. Yeah, although if you don't bet on the game, of course, that also saves that money that could be lost. Because I've said it multiple times, Super Rugby, you can't really bet on it because you can't guarantee anything at the moment in terms of even international rugby in general. You can't guarantee that nothing's going to get rolled back. You can't guarantee that tries are going to be tries. And you can't guarantee that people are going to be scoring them. So, yeah, there's too many factors that could lose you your money. The game is far from over. Go the Chiefs, says their head office. Yeah, in terms of those quarterfinals, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked about it a little bit in terms of the Hurricanes actually having the better second half in their game up against the Rebels. The end score in that game was 47 points to 20. At halftime, the Hurricanes had 14 points on the board. So second half, they scored 33 points. Now keep that number in mind. The Chiefs in their game up against the Reds. The end score was 43 points to 21. At halftime, it was 31-0. So halftime, second half points, the Chiefs got 12. The Hurricanes got 33. Now, that could also be down to the opposition. We've got to remember that the halftime break seemed to actually benefit the Reds in the quarterfinal game up against the Chiefs because they managed to get themselves 3 tries during that time. Incredibly engaging to your audience. Excellent. Says Reflecting Trees. Hi, Rugby Itch. Says Robert there. Yeah, they are just showing that injury of Samasoni Tolkiaho. What's up? What's the hold up? Well, it's halftime. So they get a break out there on the field. So we are just waiting for the second half, of course, to get back underway. Position is 57% in favour of the Chiefs for their first half. Territory was marginally in favour of the Hurricanes. Have the Hurricanes lost the season at all match-wise? They have lost 2 games. They lost 1 to the Blues, and they also lost 1 to... Was it the Brumbies that they lost a game to? Yeah, it was the other one. We must go by stats. My funeral was yesterday, says the head office. I mean, we can still mention stats in a game, though. That's allowed. You know, hard to say about the Chiefs saving their best for this game. A second half dominant position could bring it home, says Blues Nate. But yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned about that second half for the Chiefs up against the Reds. Will they slow down a little bit? Don't jinx us, bro, says High Life. Who scored the first try, says the Dash. The first try of the match was scored by Samapeni Finau in this matchup. And then also we're seeing Cortez Aratama extremely effective in this game. 9 carries for Wallace Atiti, but he's made 73 metres from those 9 carries, and he's beaten 4 defenders along the way. I want the Canes to win, but I also want the Chiefs to win. One of my favourite players plays for the Canes. Says Grace, and Chiefs forever, forever Chiefs, says Damien. And Rummies in Canberra, says Ed Smith. And there as well. And love it, bro. Thank you, says Yaman. Or Yaman. Is that how you'd say it? Enjoy your commentary. Community, Hamish. Says the head office. The win predictor at the moment, 70% in favour of the Chiefs to be able to go on and win this one. So the question is, can they keep that momentum going in front of about 30,000 in attendance? I'd say there's probably about 10,000 Chiefs supporters who are in there and go the Chiefs. I want Eden Park final being a Blue supporter. Thanks for the commentary, says Kiwi Joy. And the Chiefs will lose. Please hype up the Chiefs, my boy, says Ivan there. And still half time, it certainly is. But we are getting closer to the end of the halftime break in this contest. Looking at the benches, ladies and gentlemen, in this matchup for the Hurricanes. They've already had to make one of their changes, I believe. Briefly, anyway, it was Richard Judd onto the field, but he is now back off. For the Chiefs, they have actually had to make a change of their own, that being Bradley Slater is out there on the field. That is due to the injury of Samasoni Taukiaho, and I'll be honest, lineouts haven't looked the same since. It seems like that injury of Samasoni Taukiaho could be quite costly. Also off their bench, they have got Jared Profit and Ruben O'Neill. In the front row, Nato Akoi, Simon Parker as the other two forward replacements, and then Xavier Rowe. Not Daniel Rona at 23, it is Liam Coombs-Fabling due to Rona starting this match, and Quid Tupaya has been very strong. He will be there at number 22. For the Hurricanes, James O'Reilly, Tavita Mafaleo, and also Tosi there at 18. Tucker and Flanders alongside Karefi. We've got to remember, Hurricanes going with the 6-2 split in this game, trying to add a bit of late impact. At the moment, I am very confused, or I'm very curious to see who they actually bring off the field in that loose forward trio. I assume Flanders will go on for Shields, and then Karefi, I guess either Lakai or Yossi. More than likely Lakai, though, will be where we see Karefi make his way on. Richard Judd already having moments out there on the field, but now Balin Sullivan, he is yet to make his way out there, but perhaps we see the Hurricanes make a bit of an adjustment due to Brett Cameron not quite playing the way that they would have liked. But the next game, just around the corner, next week, it is going to be the contest taking place between the Blues and one of these two sides. Now, if the Chiefs win this game, it will be a home game at Eden Park for the Blues. If the Hurricanes win it, we will be at Sky Stadium once again. And I'm not sure whether or not that will be an early game or whether it is guaranteed to be a 7:05 kickoff for that final. We have got there in the chat as well, Hurricanes will come back. Says Axel, does Tupaya make the ABs this year? I think he's done enough. To be honest, I think he's pretty strong in terms of what he's been able to do throughout the season for the Chiefs. In fact, the Chiefs have probably got 2 or 3 guys that could easily get themselves into the ABs. Time for beast mode now. Chiefs says sunny dates. And that's the thing. If the Chiefs can start early in the second half and get themselves 1 or 2 tries, this game could be over. But if the Hurricanes are the first team to score, that's going to be interesting. Bradley Slater rather than Billy. I love the professionalism up the Chiefs, says Kieran. And also great comment, says Josh. Thank you very much. Second half, very close to starting here, ladies and gentlemen. Do let me know your in-score predictions for this game. We've already had 24 points that have been scored, and there are still plenty more, I believe, coming in the second half. I was going to say going to be 8 Blues in the All Blacks, says Josh. And also, we there great comments. And also, do you see the Hurricanes coming back, or should I cash out? It's a tricky one, to be honest, because I, of course, don't want to influence you at all with your decision-making because you got yourself in that situation. I think that the Hurricanes, you know, they've got the team on the field to be able to come back into this match. They just need to shut down the Chiefs a little bit more. We've seen a couple what looked like pretty easy Chiefs tries because of the Hurricanes not defending and not being able to really handle the attacking prowess of this Chiefs team. I think if the Hurricanes playing well, the second half they will win, says Herman. As long as D-Mac is on the field, this is light work for the Chiefs, says Billy. And Droy have been in Rebels draw with 3 quarterfinals. Rebels have 1 quarterfinal, says 679. And Chiefs going to get the job done here today, says stay hunky. I was going to say be a points difference of 1. Ooh, 41-40. That would be a pretty impressive scoreline, that is for sure. Of course, we should mention the All Black selection as well, ladies and gentlemen. Just around the corner, another player going down in Samasoni Taukiaho. If he is no longer available, who else do they look at as a hooking option? No danger here, Hurricanes all the way, says Axel. Now, second half. First 10 minutes is massively important. And looking at the odds at the moment for anyone who is curious about them for this contest, in this matchup, the Hurricanes are $2.60 underdogs in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And they still have much potential of being able to get back into the contest. Just whether or not they can really seal the deal. Well, we will go like this. We will go like that as well. Do you have a favourite Super Rugby player, says Grace? Ooh, it's a hard one, to be honest, because there's been a lot of standout players throughout this year. I do enjoy me a loose forward, which is an interesting statement. But in terms of like the loose forward trios are always very entertaining to watch when they are able to get that flowing. So, I've been impressed with someone like a Braden Yorsi or a Peter Lakai. Wallace Satiti, he's been looking very strong. At the moment, play like the Chiefs be ruthless. We need to win, boys. Cody Taylor, Suffolk Moore, and Henry Bell. Tyrone Thompson says a Razor there. You sure you don't mean George Bell Razor? Seeing as Henry Bell, he's had one of the worst line-out accuracies, I think, throughout this season, hasn't he? For the Highlanders. Vegas says the Hurricanes scoring 21 plus and the Chiefs 26 plus. Says Robert, I'm intrigued how the AB's team and staff are going to be picked and assigned. Tap that like button, says Heaney. Anyone who is new, be sure, of course, to hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. You all being here for this matchup. Of course, we got plenty more coming just around the corner as well. We have got there, I got Chiefs by 3, says Ford. And George Bell, yeah, from the Satyrs, says Razor Robinson. Pump up the jam, boys. Thump that try line, says Ruth. Now running back out onto the field. We've seen 2 tries so far from the Chiefs. That was Cortez Aratame as well as Sama Penny Finau. But they have not scored a try since about the 7th minute of this contest. Now that is intriguing because they have had so many opportunities to be able to get themselves another one. Jeff Wilson mentioned Braden. The AB's on the show. Says Naz. Too many bells in the front row these days. Says Razor Robinson. But Brett Cameron, he's gonna need a massive second half here. I was going to say he's going to need a big one, but he's going to need a massive one because that first half has not gone his way whatsoever. Now ready to get this one underway. It will be Brett Cameron, Jeff Wilson mentioned. I know I read that one, how much longer Chiefs yellow card. It's already finished for the Chiefs. They are back out there and we need a Franks in the ABs, says Josh. But yeah, 15 on 15 at the moment. Can the Canes claw this back within reach? In the early stages of the second half, McKenzie taking it inside of the 22 and a very good kick downfield from Damian McKenzie. Decided to keep it low under the breeze. And now 40 metres out from their own line here, the Hurricanes are going to have themselves a line-out throw on 57% territory in favour of the Chiefs throughout the game. Should I bet my money on the Chiefs or not? I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet it on the Hurricanes either, though. I'd hang on to it. Peter Lakai now going back to TJ Perenara. Now, awkward one for Imoni Narawa there. Does go with the low kick again. That seems to be the tactic at the moment for the Chiefs. Here comes Ruben Love. Puts the kick in behind, got plenty of it. Goes into the 22, well cleaned up by Atena Nana Satoro. Now kicking off his left boot. And does put the ball into touch again. Very good clearances from the Chiefs. When the Super Rugby season is over, what sport do you cover? Or is there rugby you'll be calling, says Robert? I mean, we still have a lot to come in international rugby. As soon as Super Rugby finishes, we've got probably about 10 international games of rugby per weekend. And then after that, we are pretty much straight into the Rugby Championship for the rugby alongside... I mean, I wanted to do a bit of cricket, but cricket gives you copyright strikes, unfortunately. So we probably won't be doing too much of that in the near future. Braden Yorsi now. Good tackle made on him by Bradley Slater. Perenara going to the short side after Brad Shields manages to break through one tackle. Narawa looking for the turnover. Can't get it. Perenara again going across to Justin Sangster. Now off to the right. Low tackle there. Robert has become a channel member. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated once again. And yeah, Roof love the Barretts. That's going to be a penalty there to the Chiefs. Who would be your scrum half and first 5 combination against the Box? The Box will be deadly, says Saki, although we don't actually know who the Box are going to have as their 9-10 combo yet. Who knows? Maybe Masuku does absolutely phenomenally in that game up against Wales and Rassi goes, I'm going to put him in my starting side rather than Pollard. I don't see it happening, but, you know, when has anyone ever been able to predict what Rassi Erasmus' brain is doing? Of course, he's got plenty of knowledge up there. And yeah, it might be the case if he backs LeBoc. We don't really know, but... You know, it's an intriguing one for the Box at the moment. Fundenberg, he looks like he's going to be a really strong talent for them in the future. Still young, so got plenty of time to earn himself that jersey. Reinach not even involved in the squad at the moment. We could talk about the Box for ages, and we're actually going to later on tonight. The URC final, or the semi-final, sorry, between the Bulls and Leinster. We've got 30 minutes build up because we want to talk about that Springbok training squad that was selected for the Welsh game as well. Hurricanes by 10 says Pete D. What does Kiwi lad do to you, the sport cricket? What does Kiwi lad do to you, the sport cricket? I'm very confused at what that means, but we watch cricket if that is the question. Go the Mighty Satyrs. Oh, yeah, that's right. Says Mark. Now, Jimmy Tupou, 40 metres out from the line at the moment here for the Chiefs. McKenzie, and that could have been an interception for Proctor. If that had stuck, he was gone and no one would have caught him. I think he read it almost too well there, Billy Proctor. So why they're giving you copyright strikes, just because of other YouTube channels who do cricket. Like, that's where we get the copyright strikes from, rather than not actual broadcasters, but the ones who think that they want to take out everyone else so that they can have more viewers. Oh, yeah, that was close for Billy Proctor. If he had held that ball, he was gone. Looks like Brad Shields is done. Might have a bit of an injury here, but it's going to be Devon Flanders who makes his way onto the field to replace him. How's the matchup between Ratama and Perenara been at the halves? It's been competitive. Like, Ratama has got himself that early try, and to the Chiefs' credit, Ratama has had more opportunities to be able to create opportunities for his side as well as for himself. He's had a few missed tackles, though. I think he's up to about 5 missed tackles I've counted throughout the first 40 minutes, which I don't think they'll be too concerned about because they're making the tackles afterwards anyway. But, yeah, other than that, like, TJ's been pretty quiet. That's a nice rush defence. But missing the tackle was Salisi Rayasi. The box looked like they spoiled for choice. Says Saki there. Now running this one for Jimmy Tupou. Ratama demand at the moment. And hi, Hamish. I hope you have plenty of water today. I hope your voice holds out long day, says Brian. And nobody wants cricket after decades of failure. Stick to rugger, says High Life there. Now that's going to be kicked in behind. Nicely taken by Billy Proctor, but they will go back for another advantage in favour of the Chiefs. There's another chance to get themselves 3 points here. That's Hamish, no cricket comic. I think we'll do a little bit outside of the World Cup. Just because the World Cup is a bit too risky. That's normally when you get your strikes, as we have learned in the past. Plus, with so much international rugby just around the corner, we don't really want to get one now. Score already says, we like trucks, mate. Like they're saying, a bit of a swirling breeze, but that does not stop McKenzie from opting to go for the 3 points. And also very good there. What happened to New Zealand cricket team? That's live. Protea's still in, says Reuven Sweet Boss, says Blues, Nate. And come on, boys. Defence says stay hunky. Getting ready to take this one. It is Damian McKenzie. Only sitting free from 3. The 39 metres out for this kick. This to give them the lead of 13. Hello from Durban. Enjoy your strong coffee, says Brian. Smiling big time at the post there, Damian McKenzie. And now strikes it. And it's just snuck over the right-hand post, or just next to it, I should have mentioned. So 20 points to 7 now in favour of the Chiefs. Rip it up there. Rip that field up, Hurricanes. And let's go, Chiefs Mana, says da boy. 34 minutes left. Rona supporting a nice black eye at the moment. There's been some good physicality out there on the field. I think he came into the game with the shiner, actually. But now Wallace Atiti tackled inside of his 22. A semi-good lead. Chiefs still need another try. Another tackle made on Slater. Hurricanes have gone to their bench with one player. The Chiefs have done the same. Partially charged. Sangster chasing it. And it just bounces out. Little bit of luck there for the Chiefs off McKenzie. Taking a tad too long to clear his line. What do you reckon about the New South Wales coach? We're making up excuses to pick Latrell for round 2. I haven't really read too much into it, to be honest. A nice try, or try time. And he says, let's go. And also, do you think, or who do you think will win this game? Well, the Chiefs are in the box seat. There's no denying that at the moment. But if they don't score one more try in this game, I honestly do feel like the Hurricanes have got a chance of getting back into this contest. Oh, 22 dropouts, actually partially charged by Asafa Moore there. That's 2 charge down kicks from McKenzie in a row. 1 drop kick, 1 non-drop kick. New Zealand need to practice all together all year, says Robert. Now, Waikato pass from Ruben Love goes away to Billy Proctor. Tackled low by Damian McKenzie. Perenara again Going to mine, you see that's a late shot from Tupavai, but I think he timed it well enough that he won't be penalised. Well done, boys, says Brandon. That's going to be kicked to mine from a Tena Saturo. And the ball goes into touch. And bro, do you think AJ Lamb can make the All Blacks guys been hella good? Says the boy. I mean, I don't know whether or not he will get in as a centre, only because there's so many centre options at the moment. Like, I know that they'll probably go with Barrett, and out of the Blues, they'd probably pick Ioane. Even though Ioane hasn't done too much throughout the season, they will probably still end up picking him. So it's going to be very hard for AJ Lamb to get in there. Oh, inside ball to Josh Morby. It's going to be an advantage here against the Chiefs once more. Their discipline starting to let them down a little bit. Little grubber on line by Cameron. And they'll go back for the penalty. 2 more tries will definitely hold it down for a finals, Chiefs versus Blues. And come on, the Hurricanes, says Levon. And also D-Mac is a beast out there. He's everywhere, says Roof. Oh, wait. They're going to check this one. This might meet the yellow card threshold, I think I just heard Angus Gardner say. Drop him, Rico. Says Blues name McKenzie for the number 10. All right, clean out off the ball on Geordie Barrett here by the Chiefs, and that's going to be against 7 black Luke Jacobson. That straight away tells me it's probably going to be a yellow because he can be quite dirty. Oh, yep. The jaw of Geordie Barrett got a little bit rattled there by Jacobson. Late shot. Oh, no, just gets him in the chest. There's no head contact, so he's going to be lucky there. But I think that it's probably going to still be either a penalty or a yellow. It's not a red anyway. They're going to see how late it was. It's quite late and comes in with force. David Salt says Dr. Ioane, best position is a wing, not a winger. Right, Angus Gardner saying there's a lot of force, and now he's gone, TMO, I want you to make the decision. It's a yellow card for Luke Jacobson for the late shot. That is the second yellow. Poor discipline from the Chiefs loose forward trio now gives the Hurricanes an advantage. Was it a yellow card? I don't really think so. It was a late shot. It was dirty. Barrett's back up. But they've said it was significant force, so it meets the yellow card threshold. And surely McKenzie should be back to take the first 5 jersey. What do you think? Well, he's probably the only real option at the moment, other than maybe Moonga if he does return. Like, other than that, I don't think anyone else is really in the conversation at the moment. Weak times breed weak men. And also, it must have been painful, but not worth a yellow, says Grace. Now off the back, Hurricanes going off to the right-hand side. Quick hands from Flanders. That's another forward pass from the Hurricanes. Every day, passing on the outside. Asafa Moore is furious and slams the ball down out of frustration. It's about the 3rd time that the Hurricanes have been attacking down the wing and they have had a forward pass. I'm a Hurricanes fan, but that was nothing. Says Pete D. Sounds like there is going to be a sub now taking place. So Tyrell Lomax will make his way from the field, and that is going to be for Lucio Tosi. And who are you going for tonight, Amish? I just hope that it's a close game, to be honest. Like 14 points difference between the Blues and the Brumbies. Like, that was not as close as we wanted it. We want a close game within 7 between 2 sides in a semi-final just to make it feel like it was going to be competitive, if that makes sense. And this game at the moment does have that feel. They're up by 13 at the moment, the Chiefs, but there is a chance that the Hurricanes could get back in. Rico ain't nowhere near, or ain't going nowhere despite being quite too much ammo. And as we really, I don't understand the significant force. Theoretically, the player who was hit should get immediate HIA, says Heaney. And also, Hurricanes are their own worst enemy, says Straight the Woke. Yeah, the amount of handling errors that they've had throughout this game alongside those passes out wide. I mean, we've already seen one try disallowed due to a forward pass. There's going to be another one. I'm going for the Chiefs tonight, says Carlos. Now, kick downfield from Cortez Aratama. Got some good distance on that one. Well taken by Josh Morby, right next to the touchline. No man Jacobson, says Brandon. Nice run forth from Ruben Love. Oh, did Vai lose his footing though? Yes, he did. He was looking for the turnover, but he gives away the penalty in the process. He apologises there as he knows that he had it for a second and then just kind of faced down. And what is with the 4 passes of the Canes, says Charisse. Every time they get out wide, Just seems to be another forward pass that stops them from getting further forward. How much time is left in this game? We've still got plenty of time in this contest. 29 minutes left for the Chiefs as well as the Hurricanes to try and get that impact. You can see almost a little bit of a hang on, we're checking something with the TMO again by the sounds of it there. Or are we? Sounds like Wallace Satiti has got an injury. He's the last player that they'll want to lose if they have got a final next week. Chiefs going to the big dance, there's a chance. But they do need to score one more try, I believe. I don't believe this lead is enough. And I know that sounds really weird to say that a 13-point lead isn't enough, but there's just that little bit of, head on head from TJ Perenara it was, with Wallace Satiti. So why is that not checked? And also in that case, just to make the argument, right, why is it that because it's a smaller player hitting a big player, that's fine? Whereas the other way around, you know for certain they would have looked at that on the TMO. If, let's say, it was Cortez Ratima getting hit by one of the big forwards of the Chiefs, you know, not the Chiefs. If he got hit by one of his own teammates, then there'd be a few problems. Well, we got a donation from Scott. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated. See that's still beautiful fish in your profile picture, and 13 points lead would be okay. If it was 1 minute to go, but not 30. Can't wait for the Blues to announce the signing of Ethan Blackadder, says Da Boy. Maybe the ref missed it, although that's the TMO's job. When Perenara head hits Chiefs, they just let it slide, says Rio Gamer. 7.5 minutes remaining of the yellow card of the Chiefs. That was for Luke Jacobson. Ref and TMO decisions don't make sense to me at all. And I'll be honest, both sides have had really confusing decisions for and against them in this game. I know that certain people would say that one side has had it worse than the other, but there's been really poor decisions made for both sides' parts in this game. Now the Hurricanes looking for that little pop pass was TJ Perenara finds the hands off Landers. Anton Leonard Brown trying to get out of that breakdown. Looks like it's loose and it's going to be the knock on. I think they may have played the halfback there. Yeah, TJ not happy with that decision from Angus Garner, but they went so far back the last time, but not for that, says Rio Gamer. Yeah, they went back 2 minutes. Yeah, they couldn't go back 2 seconds for that one. 2 more tries from the Chiefs. Should definitely lock the Blues at Eden Park. And game is stupid and confusing now. Why are you still allowed to fend people in the face? Says Dalton Canes need a break. Says Pete D there. So we're going to see it. Yeah, I mean, in fact, it was Jimmy Tupou's gone straight and off his feet there, which has then caused the ball to bounce out the side. So probably could have been a penalty in favour of the Canes there. But there's a lot of breakdowns that you honestly could nitpick everything that does take place. And go the Hurricanes, says him. The Chiefs, they haven't scored since the 7th minute. Man, they need another one here. And if they can get one, I feel like it's going to be through the hands of Damian McKenzie with the way that he's been playing in this game. He kicks it down towards the halfway line. Ruben Love takes it nicely now. Looking for that counter-attack. Finds Salisi Reasi. He's almost been completely shut down from this game. Haven't seen him hugely in action now. Geordie Barrett, flat run forward. Perenara looking both ways. Gets it off to Peter Lakai. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Slow it down. Drop goals for the W. Says I love. And yeah, at the end of the day, the Chiefs may only need one more penalty to get them outside of that margin of 14. Here comes a suffer, a more close to the touchline. Tries to go over McKenzie. Quick pick and go from Billy Proctor. He's not on the ball there for Cortez Aratimas. He has to get out of there. Tossi goes back across now. Barrett. Wide cut out pass. Waiting for this one. Braden Yossi. Oh, he's tapped it back into the field of play. He wasn't sure if it was going to be play on. He actually slowed down there. And then Satiti. No, it's Simone Narua looking for that turnover, but in the end, Hurricanes doing well to keep that ball alive. Perenara looking to the short side again, off to Peter Lakai. Welcome over the Bombers, Chiefs, says Rodeo. Now 14 men against 15 at the moment, but you wouldn't think of the way that the Chiefs are defending, that they have one less man on the park. They're getting it out wide now to Billy Proctor. Directional change, running it straight. And Rona drags him down round the side, short side that is. Here comes Isaiah Walker, Leoweri, inside ball to Cameron. And the Hurricanes have got themselves one back. Is this the start of the comeback now, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome over. And also in the USA, KFC barbecue sauce joins Korean barbecue. Honey sriracha on the saucy nugget lineup this summer. I'd rather play the Chiefs at home than the Canes at the cake tin, says Dan Dans. And come on, the Rebels, you got this easy win, says Corey Bear, but they are just checking this one off. It was close, but they've said he was still in. Are they going upstairs for it again here, or are we just seeing the try replay? That's probably the big question. Are they sure didn't need that? Says Choke the Woke there, but yeah, good attack and run from Isaiah Walker Leoweri. Gets it away to Cameron. I'll be honest, some of the players that were scoring in this game, they're not the normal ones that you would expect to score. You know, Finau getting his first try of the season. Cameron, he hasn't scored too many. Normally you see Perenara or someone else in that backline as the try-scoring threats. And then you've also got Cortez Ratimo. Of course, that is predictable as he scored 10 tries throughout this season so far. Canes 24 to the Chiefs 23. Say hi, Corey Beer, please. There you go. And up the wires, says Melly there. The effing kingy country, says Fish for Brains. Just a water, quit looking at it. Queefs, says Nick, but now lining up this kick, Cameron, and he's got it over. 14 points to 20 with a total. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 26 minutes remaining in this game. There is still time, or 24 minutes in fact now. And Cameron is a player that is so lucky to be there. And I'd say 24-23 will never happen. Going to happen to the Chiefs, says Melly. And say hi to my friend Ryan, says Corey. And their big audience tonight watching the Chiefs, says Moa Hunters. Yeah, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 50,000, so if you do want to help us get there, be sure to hit subscribers. We're going to be back next week with the final as well. That's a great kick downfield. Oh, did Tene Nanai Satoro just walk that one into touch? It doesn't look like it's going to be play on. And the Hurricanes now in possession. Kick downfield from Cameron moves to the 22. Oh, it's kicked high. Nicely taken by Ruben Love again. Barrett looking for a gap, but Rameka Puehepe manages to take him down. Over the ball, Wallace Satiti hoping for that penalty, and he hasn't managed to get it. Salisi Reas, he strips it from him. Was his knee down? Could have possibly been the penalty the other way. Who was Cameron? Brett Cameron, the man at number 10. Any ladies watching, says Namanu as well, and that is going to be the penalty now to the Hurricanes. 23 minutes left. Momentum has shifted, ladies and gentlemen. The ref is very inconsistent. I do agree. This game has been definitely one that you never know who's getting penalised up until it happens. And get the win for the loved ones, Chiefs, says Melly there. Yeah, currently only the 6 points difference between these two sides. We need to see another try for the Chiefs if they want to be a little bit more comfortable in this game, but there is too much time left. I think it's going to be just outside of the 22, my nails. Says Navman there, and Hurricanes please win, says Tere Moana. I should also mention there are 2 games of the semi-finals in the URC coming up later on tonight, ladies and gents. Leinster versus the Bulls and Munster versus Glasgow. We are covering both of those games on the channel, so be sure to keep an eye out for those ones as well. Do you think Brett Cameron has what it takes to make it as a third choice flyer for the All Blacks? I'll be honest, I don't know if he's quite there yet. Like this game in particular, he's looked pretty shaky, but that could just be because of a lack of experience in playoff games, you know? Like maybe you give him a year or two and he will be right up there. Now across Duplessis Karefi. They're 5 meters from the line now. The Hurricanes with all the momentum in the world. They were saying they were pushing it into him. I'm not sure about that one, but it is going to be play on now. Isaiah Walker Leoweri. He is tackled by Sama Penefi now. Going to the short side. Quick hands. Oh, Morby's dropped it. What a silly goose. That would have been the try out wide. He was celebrating almost before he had even scored it, but it's going to be a goal line dropout now. Irut says, nah, Manu. But yeah, he went, oh no, he's dropped it before Cortez Ratam has even made contact with him. Tell you what, Montpellier will be looking at that and going, no, thank you. Please don't do that again. It looks like that will be the last chance that the Hurricanes had without the Chiefs being with 15 on the field. Although it looks like Bradley Slater might have a bit of a knee injury here as well. Any more momentum Newton will need to rewrite the laws of physics, says Andy Surfer. Joshuani for the All Blacks, not sure, to be honest. I don't know whether or not he's done enough this year. Definitely because he's hardly been getting starts. Mackenzie, of course, the man who has been getting a lot more of them, but beautiful quick hands. And it should have been easy for Morby to just put that one down. Okay. Duplessis Kirifi deliberately pushing that ball into the Chiefs player on the ground. Peter Lakai equals All Blacks. I agree. I feel like he's had a sensational season. Where are all those saying Chiefs had this in the bag after 15 minutes? Says Nars Williams. Yeah, well, they haven't been able to score a try since the 8th minute, or the 7th minute, in fact. It looks like Bradley Slater is still down. This is a big concern because, of course, Samisoni Taukiaho has already come off the field. And if he cannot continue in this game, Bradley Slater, they will not have a specialist hooker, which will then mean for uncontested scrums, and the Chiefs would have to play with 14 on the field. Nato Akoi is onto the field now. Oh, Quintupaia. He is now going to be onto the field, and that is for Tino Nana Saturo. Now on the halfway line, here comes Peter Lakai, steaming forward. He's almost gone straight into the knee. And what a turnover that is from Natoa Akoi. That is sensational work from the replacement lock, as he has got that ball turned over. His hands are for decorations, just how. Says High Life. Oh, hang on. Is this one kicked out on the full? Oh. Big contact. Peter Lakai almost losing his footing. And yeah, it's out on the full from Quintupaia. It's on the line. And it's going back now from where he kicked it from there to Paia. Whoever wins this game, they better improve before next week. Says Doctor. And Peter Lakai equals All Blacks. Says Malian Hurricane sponsored by Minties. Says JSB and Brett Cameron for the All Blacks. Says Pewiki there. 20 minutes left in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Now, TJ Perenara going across to Cameron. Billy Proctor once again trying to run it forward. He is down. Wallace Atiti trying to rip that ball away. Justin Sangster. Tackled low by Va'i. Still a few subs that can be made. Duplessis Kirifi and Rami Kapoyapi having a little bit of a wrestling tussle on the side. Now Reasi tackled well by Anton Leonard Brown. This is intense at the moment between these two sides. It's anyone's game. Stolen by Wallace Atiti. It's going to be a foot race. Flanders is going to get him just short of the line. They're over the ball for Proctor. And as he got the turnover, no, he doesn't. There's an advantage, and the Chiefs score it. Satiti take a bow. Rona out wide gets the try, but the credit has to go to Wallace Satiti. He has done sensational there to get that important try. 7th of the season, but Daniel Rona would have probably been a yellow card against the Chiefs, but Satiti slaps it and regathers. You don't see that too often, a player being able to not just get their hand to it, but then get a second and regather the ball. Brilliant chase from Flanders. And then the Hurricanes looking for their turnover, giving it away in the end for the penalty. OMG Satiti for the All Blacks, says Doctor. And will the Chiefs have a home final? They will not know. They would be heading to Eden Park if they were to win this game, which of course this gets a little bit closer now for them. This better than watching, says Josh. And give the win. Come back to Hamilton nice and warm, says Melly there. Although, of course, they will be heading to Auckland for the final if the Chiefs can get the job done. This kick is important for Mackenzie. This is going to give them the lead of 11. If it does go over, in fact, it will increase the lead from 11 to 13. Come on, guys, says Andy. And also, Auckland final for the Blues, Welly final for the Canes, who got the try. In the end, it was Daniel Rona who managed to get it out wide. Although a lot of credit has to go to Wallace Satiti for the way that he was able to get that interception. Mackenzie sneaks it in the left-hand post. And it now makes it 27 points to 14 in favour of the Chiefs. Still with 16 minutes remaining. And the Canes are screwing themselves, says Greg Barrett, nicely taken by Damien McKenzie. No one's going to talk about the Brumbies now. What city do you live in, Hamish? I do not live in a city, I live in a town. Hey, yeah, boy, says Fish for Brains. It's very bad display by the Hurricanes. No offense to Hurricanes fans, says Josh. It's not over. As a Patriots fan, I've seen biggest comeback in sports history. Not done yet, says I Live there. Now, looks like it's going to be Cortez Ratima. Now rolling this one back. Go Chiefs go, says Prasanga. And the Canes should try not to win. Or trying hard not to win, says Charisse. And another penalty to the Chiefs. In the breakdown, this time it's Quintupaya who gets in there. And like they're saying, Bradley Slater, it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to continue in this match, but they may have just done the maximum that they needed. Chiefs taking advantage while the Canes F themselves 3 times in the first half, says Broadheads. Okay, Angus Gardner has pretty much said to him, we can't keep stopping for you at the back. It looks like he's going to try and continue. He's on one leg at the moment, Bradley Slater. But if he stays out there, even if he sits on the side, right, this sounds crazy to say, but Bradley Slater can stand still out there on the field, and it still means that the Chiefs don't have to play with less men on the field with uncontested scrums. So, as painful as it is, he's just got to stand on the halfway line and say, I'm pretty happy here, thank you. Come on, the Hurricanes, please win. And of course, that would still be playing with 14 men on the field, but you'd have contested scrums. This game is lovely to watch, Lowell, says Michael. And up the Chiefs, says Melly. Hurricanes will score try soon. Well, Damien McKenzie, he looks like he's going to ask for someone to hold this ball for him. It's Anton Leonard-Brown. If this kick goes over, they lead by more than 2 converted tries. If he misses this, then there's going to be a bit of trouble. Seems like the Chiefs took the wind out of the Hurricane, says the head office, although there's still plenty of wind around in Wellington, that is for sure. McKenzie has shown that just there with this kick, but it's just come back. And there's a bit of rain falling now too, but there is a 16-point lead for the Chiefs now. That would almost be enough. Not over till the petite lady sings, says Anaz. Angus Gardner to ref the final. I mean, the Chiefs, will they hope so? Maybe. I mean, he's made some poor decisions throughout this game, but some of them have gone in favour of the Chiefs. Some have gone in favour of the Canes as well. Simasoni Takiaho playing. He was, but he's injured now, which does mean that, sadly, we may not see him for the final. Going to be kicked downfield from Damien McKenzie, which does take the knock-on advantage away. Ruben Love inside of his 22. McKenzie's just dominated in terms of that kicking battle throughout this game. Territory has been well and truly in favour of the Chiefs. Then the Hurricanes are making mistakes and turning them over the ball there. Duplessis Karefi. Oh no, it was Asafa Moy. Thought that he had it, but does not receive it. Sing good and loud, I'll be at Eden Park if we win. But weather miserable here, can't wait. Says High Life, I'll be at Eden Park next week. Let's go, says De Uso there. Now Ratama back into the pocket. Going to Rameka Poya. He hesitated. He thought that he was going to have McKenzie in the pocket, but instead got his inside centre. It's going to be slapped back onto the side of the Chiefs. Bit of a slip there for Cortez Ratama. And nothing wrong with the ref blowing the game, says the head office. And also, what's the difference between the two teams tonight, percent-wise? I know that the Chiefs have had more territory. Oh, Bradley Slater can't walk. He's trying to. He's on one knee, and he might do a career, or not a career, maybe a season-ending injury if he keeps on trying to play in this game. At what cost is it to keep Bradley Slater out there? I know that I joked about it, but he can't walk at the moment, let alone run to the breakdowns. Hurricanes going with the counter ruck. He's just been landed on against Slater, this time by Isaiah Walker Leowiri. Oh, he's put in an effort and a half here, Slater, and you hope he doesn't do anything more serious to that knee. Now back across to Anton Leonard-Brown. McKenzie's saying to Slater, go over and join that breakdown. Slater should have given them the big FU. You go join it. Now Quintupaya, 14 metres out. And they've still got the ball. Ngātaua Akoi with the spin. Gets back up, goes again, wasn't held. A blue second on the table. Blessing says in a light. Bradley Slater deserves an all-black spot once he recovers from the incident. It's still there. This time Jared Proffer hitting it up. Now Luke Jacobson. This is all using up valuable minutes on the clock. Still 12 minutes left for the Chiefs. McKenzie goes across there to Anton Leonard-Brown again. Ball's out the back. To the right-hand side. In behind Tupovai. Damien McKenzie, man of the match. Says the head office, nah, that's Wallace Satiti every day of the week. I know McKenzie's been strong, but Satiti's been immaculate throughout this game. Kick downfield from the Hurricanes. Now McKenzie once again will look for the touchline. Does find it. Doesn't get the most metres that he has throughout the day, Damien McKenzie, but does still find touch with it. Numbers... Oh, what? Oh. Bradley Slater's coming off for an HIA here. Wait, so it's going to be uncontested scrums, but because it's an HIA, I believe the Chiefs don't have to take a new player off. Is that how they've done it there? Is that a sneaky way of getting a player advantage for a time where they may not have had a player advantage? Nice backline movement here for the Hurricanes. Passing out wide to Josh Morby now. Back in his pace. McKenzie misses the tackle, but Satiti's there. Now big run from Duplessis Karifi. And whoop Chiefs, says Charlie. Now looking for the backline movement again here. Geordie Barrett, though, decides to take the contest. Walker Leo Witty around the side. Golden Oldies. And the Chiefs is getting the win for Sean Wainui. He passed away in 2021 Chiefs member, says Melly. Now to the right-hand side. Going away, Morby goes to Balin Sullivan, who recently came onto the field. Natoa Koi's over the ball again, and he's got the clean turnover. Or does he? Looks like the Hurricanes have been able to take this one back. And Brosnan do it. And also the Chiefs mana boy, says Orisi there now. They've got the chance with a Walker Leo Witty. Steamrolling towards the line. Here comes Osafu Moore. 2 metres out. Sangster picks it up. Who's it going to be that can put the seal on this try? Quick hands. Nice hands from Karifi. And again, Morby is taken down just short of the line. Okay, this match getting close now. Off to Tosi. He scored 2 important tries this season. Now Moore going around the side. Penalty advantage. 10 minutes, guys, get your tries. Hurricane says forward. They are 5 metres out of the moment. Perenata going on the outside. Now skip pass. Out wide to Ruben Love. One more to Proctor, who scores it in the corner. It's going to be a tough kick, but at the end of the day, they need more than just the 2 tries. They're trying to mount that late comeback here. Have they left it too late for the Hurricanes? Okay, the Chiefs, you can do it. Everybody believe in you. Come on, the Chiefs. You guys are the best. Forget about the Hurricanes. Just play, says James the Kid. And Canes come on, says Glenn Woods. But yeah, McKenzie ended up in about a 3-on-1 out wide. Proctor scores it well. So the Chiefs head into Eden Park, you lads, says Spider Mick. You would think so, but at the same time, like, is there still time? We've got to remember, Proctor might be injured. It looks like an injured rib here. Like, that's the thing. The Chiefs scored 2 tries in 7 minutes at the start of this game. The Hurricanes have got 8.5 minutes to try and score twice. Is there still more in this contest? Cameron has missed that kick, which is going to mean that they need 2 tries now rather than just the try and a penalty. I know they got the try, says James. They're going to come on, Chiefs, get the win. A shot rather be at the game, says Ford. And also we have got there, oh, come on, Canes, respectable score for the next season's confidence. Chiefs could hold on, says Manu, and turn it into a close game, Canes, even though Blues Hurricanes low. And not over till it's over, but if the King Country are going to be making some fry bread after this, says Fish for Brains. Looks like James Tucker has made his way onto the field. I think that's actually for Billy Proctor, due to Proctor's injury here. There's booing coming from the crowd as the Chiefs wander up to halfway line like they're taking their dog for a Sunday stroll. But they are using up valuable seconds on the clock. Right, 20 Black is now coming onto the field. Number 8, sorry. Wallace Satiti. He's off. Is he? He's going me? Why are they taking him off? So he's coming off because of Bradley Slater's injury. Oh no, they had 16 on the field, Justin Marshall was saying. So it looks like now Wallace Satiti's being taken off the field. The crowd is still booing. I assume that's not because of Satiti, because he has had an amazing day. Okay, so I think they're actually... Are they playing with 14, the Chiefs, or 15 at the moment? I know that the rules normally with uncontested scrums. I think if there's an uncontested scrum, then they actually will have to play with 14. Nice kick from Barrett. Does go from his 22 to the Chiefs' 22, but not quite the 50-22 there. Rules are meant to be bent. Come on, the Chiefs. What a kick of the season. And also Crusaders fans unlucky. Says Melee there. And also is Leinster disappointed at Geordie's performance. I mean, the Chiefs, to their credit, have done extremely well to shut down Geordie Barrett throughout this game, which I mean they needed to, because he is one of those players who can light it on fire a little bit. The Chiefs now with the line-out throw. It's going to be it's going to be Rameka Poihipi now with this line-out throw. And it was almost stolen. That's accidental offside, isn't it, for the Hurricanes? No, they've said it's okay. Never mind. I think certain rules are just being ignored in this game, but it's meaning a more free-flowing semi-final, I guess. McKenzie now looking for the touchline. Does manage to find it. They take it quickly there, the Hurricanes. They want to keep this ball alive. Ruben Love thought about the wide cutout pass. Sells the dummy pass, Quintal Pye. Now passes out to Billy Proctor, who's got a bad ribbon. That's going to be knocked backwards, they say, by the Hurricanes. That time it was a knock-on, though, from Balin Sullivan. And the Chiefs have got themselves the scrum, which will be uncontested. Just like Crusaders footy, 50 mauls. So here's High Life. I mean, to be fair, like in terms of the season, when you look at the Blues' conversion rate of their rolling maul, I think it's actually a little bit higher than the Crusaders, you'll find. The Chiefs with 15 man, says Orisi. Right, we're getting it explained. It's going to be Golden Oldies. Yeah, okay. So the Chiefs have milked this very well. The reason that Geordie Barrett's going, Bradley Slater's not an HIA case. Because he's taken off for an HIA, the Chiefs do not have to take another player off. Whereas if he was just injured for his knee, which he is, then that would mean that they have to lose a player. So pretty much they've said that Bradley Slater, I don't know who's done it, but someone's thought it through. And they've said that Bradley Slater was in a HIA scenario rather than his obvious knee injury. Clever Chiefs says, Hanoi, yeah, if you can bend the rule, you know, it's effective. Well, Chiefs got one back, says Spider Mech. And now, one's going to go in. Now, good attack and run from Quinn Tupaya on the halfway line. That was diving in off his feet for Luke Jacobson on Karefi. And now it's gone high. Balin Sullivan takes it well. He's going to look for a kick of his own downfield. Finds a gap in between them. That ball's going to keep on rolling. Plenty of air in it. McKenzie decides to grab it 5 metres out from his line. Happened to Geordie Barrett. That looked very late from Balin Sullivan. He apologises. The referee's looking at it. Kenzie's smiling about it as well. Morning, evening, Hamish. Is that a football shirt you're wearing? I'm wearing a rugby league shirt. There we go. Rugby League World Cup right there. Right, 5 minutes remaining. And now Safa Moore throws it in. There is still time left in this contest. Barrett going inside ball to Josh Morby. Thought about the offload. Chiefs have lost their footing. Good turnover, says Angus Gardner. Okay, up the Brumbies, the Bulldogs, says Christopher. Now it's a penalty to the Canes. I have no idea what's happening in the breakdown throughout this game. Quick tap taken by Perenara. Now after Devon Flanders, he's knocked the ball on. And it's going to be the advantage now for the Chiefs. And we're going to a scrum again. What happened to Geordie Barrett? I'm not watching the game. Says the boy. Earlier on in the game he got hit hard, but he's still out there on the field. He was talking to the ref though. Nice game, Hamish Rugby League. Says Blues, Nate. TJ, I thought he was winning the title this year. Lol. Says Hanoi. A Chiefs top performance. Let's go. The Chiefs, says Moa Hunt doesn't come on the Canes. Says Grace. Handling her is 16. 16 from the Hurricanes compared to the 5 of the Chiefs. It has been anything but smooth. And the boys are fizzing and the beers are going down well, says Adult Entertainment. You wonder whether or not... Oh, we're getting another HIA. Who's this time? Jimmy Tupou's back out there. Naitoa Akoi is actually going to be the man who is being taken off for his HIA. Please, Hurricanes, when I believe you. And catch the ball, Hurricane, says Nars Williams. In time at the moment, we are 76 minutes through the contest. The Chiefs are 22 metres out from their line. It looks like they're going to go for the kick downfield again with Damian McKenzie. There's not much time left in this contest. The Hurricanes need 2 quick-fire tries if they want to win the semi-final. The Chiefs, one more try would seal the deal. Great run from Ruben Love. Head slams into the turf. And drop goal McKenzie, says Roy. Now it's going to be available again. TJ Perenara going off to Tossi. Oh, that's another turnover for the Chiefs. This time it's Luke Jacobson who has been able to get in there. Seems like no one here care about God the Father, Jesus Christ, God the Holy Spirit, says the head office. No, we're just watching the rugby, mate, is the basicest way of saying it. You know, it's like going to, let's say, a horror film and talking about what was for lunch. It just doesn't make sense, you know. But now, nicely taken by Devin Flanders. Now DJ Perenara going across to Geordie Barrett. Morby ball on the outside to Cameron Grubbers at forward. Morby Grubbers it again. McKenzie claiming it. Gets back up to his feet. There are still 3 minutes left. And Wilkinson drop goal, says High Life. And drop kick sounds good, says forward assured Stevenson's injury serious. Just sounds like a hamstring before the game. Chiefs are clearly the better side, so won't lose this. It's over, says NZ Riot. Now that one's going to kick high from Xavier Rowe. Oh yeah, that's a great take from Quinn Tupai. Quick hand, Summer Penny Finau on the outside. 2 minutes remaining now. Xavier Rowe goes for the kick, and behind there is space, and the ball bounces away from him. Geordie Barrett claims it. I think the Chiefs have this, says Novmum there. Nice stepping from Devin Flanders. Pack Stadium, lot more in attendance for this game than the Blues versus Brumbies game. So hopefully next week, if it is Chiefs versus Blues, which at this stage it does look like it's pretty certain, we need to see a bigger crowd for that game. Only a miracle to score 3 tries in 2 minutes. Thank you very much for your opinion about God. I will not be supporting your channel anymore. I never said anything about it. All I said was we were talking about rugby, so that's why people weren't talking about what you were talking about. Peter Lakai. Offload up to TJ Perenara. Doesn't quite get the offload away. Can the Chiefs beat the Blues, do you think? Now, Geordie Barrett on the halfway line. Still making their way for Chiefs fans. Will pack out Eden Park. Lock it in, says like a man NZ. And what did I miss? A bloody ad popped up and I couldn't skip it, says Adult Entertainment. Another penalty for the Chiefs. And that will now secure the deal. They have 1 minute left before they book themselves a spot in the final up against the Blues at Eden Park. Been a good game either way, I reckon. Pack Stadium surely for the final, says Ford. I would like to think so. Like, there's no way we can not see a full stadium for Blues versus Chiefs. A lot of deep breaths. What is head office's problem? Get lost. I've learned over the last few live streams he likes taking one word and trying to spin it. Seems to be his problem. It's like the last one with his Chiefs versus Blues prediction. And awesome stream, mate. Well done, the Chiefs. Well done, Chiefs. I'm very proud to be your support, winning or losing. And why do they scrum? Everyone's tired, says Annoy. And that's it. She's all over now, says Glenn Woods. Yeah, pretty much at this stage there is no coming back for the Hurricanes. What has been an impressive season as well. We can't take anything away from them, but unfortunately for them, the Chiefs better side on the day. 17 handling errors from the Hurricanes has not helped either. And now the Chiefs just taking contact here to close out the game. Looks like we are off to the big dance. The mighty Waikato Chiefs. Congratulations, Chiefs. Condolences, Hurricanes. And nice, says Sasuke. And Canes fans leaving already. I mean, to be fair, you can beat the traffic by 1 minute. Xavier Rowe now. Short ball to George Dyer. You wonder about the extent of the hooker injuries, though, for the Chiefs. No Bradley Slater perhaps next week. No Samisoni Tolkiaho. Are they both going to be out? What's Sean Stevenson's injury looking like? As well, Blues win the final by 17. And the head, thou shall not judge. The measure you judge will be judged towards you. And that one's going to be put into Dutch by the Chiefs. And that is the end of this contest, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs are going to the final, 30 points to 19. Win for the Blues about time, says John. Gutted TJ will not be an All Black again after taking that last quick tap with 5 minutes go, says Pete D. I'm glad the Blues played the Brumbies and not the Chiefs in the semi-final, says Vito Scucks. And wahoo. And here's the best on YouTube, says Robert there. And GG Hurricanes fan says high life. And also we have got there those yellow cards, though, says Ford. And also, did you see the Chiefs? Why think they win Blues with the comp? Did you see the Chiefs? Why think they win Blue with the comp? I mean, it's going to be a good game next week, if that is the question. Yes, great season Canes had. Played some really good rugby, says Glenn Woods there as well. I wouldn't expect you to go to church to watch the rugby, says Fleshin. Head office sucks the D, says Kane. And also we have good there, who is a favourite for the finals, do you think? Says Annoy. And Chiefs are the best, says Octo Dad, who better to do it against, eh? And Chiefs says depth's even, that's the concern of injury. And go Chiefs go, says Reed there. But yeah, in the end, 3 conversions for Damian McKenzie, 3 tries for the Chiefs in this contest. We saw the Cortez Ratama try, the Samisoni Taukiaho try, as well as the other try that did take place in the second half when they were able to score out wide with Daniel Rona. What a good game for both teams tonight, says Melee. And Chiefs back row reserves were good. And also keep ducking lad annoyed, leave Novmum alone, says Blues Nate. And good game, great call, Hammy. And also we have got there a great one for the Chiefs far now beer time. And book my ticket, great call, God bless. And I wish I love my life, says Ivan. Well, that is very good news. And also good job, Chiefs, says Prasanga there. And nice Chiefs now. I come up to Okalani and get whooped, says Nars Williams. 2 yellows and a bad ref could not stop the 2024 champions, says Octodad. Although I think that everyone would be in agreement that the refereeing overall as a whole for this game was pretty poor. You know, like, of course, it's a big game, so it's going to be a hard one, and you got to keep an eye on everything, which, of course, is impossible to do. But there were just a lot of decisions that made us go, oh, okay, that's what we're calling it for this time. But it's all right. I feel like at the end of the day, the team who were a little bit better. Wait, I've just got an auto-summarized chat. Where'd that go? It just gave me a chat summary. How did I get that? It just had like a summary that overall people were happy that the Chiefs were winning. Is that like AI or something? Is that what's happened? Is that a thing? And Kane's getting spanked harder than a $2. Oh. And I thought Gardner did better than last night's guy. Yeah, so the chat summary is the chat conversation revolves around a rugby game between the Chiefs and the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes won and the chatters are discussing their thoughts on the match, congratulating the Chiefs and setting up future expectations for the next match. AI's come a long way, hasn't it? I remember when it used to be you shake a magic 8 ball and think that was magic because it would be like, try again later. That's a bonus average, says Ivan. Scoreboard was going backwards for the Canes and anything else can happen. Who will be the rugby still on, not over yet. Says Joe, fantastic commentating average, thank you. And also, yeah, mate, as well, slip in the Warriors Storm. Or you may as well slip in the Warriors Storm game, you seem alive. Says Nars Williams. And of course, we've got 2 games later on that is going to be taking place, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I wonder, everyone in the chat somehow add pizza into your comment. And I want to see if the AI thinks that we're talking about some sort of pizza. Let's just do it for the last little bit. You can still say your same comments of congratulations, Chiefs, but add pizza in there and see whether or not that we can trick the AI. And then probably it will assassinate me. Kia ora for the stream. Lad, says Phoebes. And Chiefs should be there. And the Magic 8 Ball, says Paulie, being hard like Hurricanes, you might have beaten twice this season. But we are the game that matter. Go the Chiefs. Cheese pizza algorithm. Pizza. Pizza and pineapple, great pizza, says Reed. And there as well. I'm eating pizza now, says David. I really hope we can trick the AI. I don't think it's going to work, though. I feel like the AI is a bit too smart for us. But, you know, we'll see how it is. It's pizza free, says Ed. Anyone who just comes into the chat as well will be very confused about why there is so much pizza taking place. Right, we've reset the chat. AI, please tell me we've got pizza in there. The summary is... People are discussing the rugby match between the Hurricanes and the Chiefs. They are expressing their opinions on the game, and some are talking about other upcoming games. There seems to be a lot of support for the Chiefs and pizza, is what the AI has just said. So we broke the AI, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, us. I feel like we can do that more often now that we know that that is a thing. Is that the first time you've seen that message from AI? It is. So pretty much if I refresh the YouTube studio with the chat, I can see what it is thinking. So AI wants pizza too, says Laura. So it does. And someone else who deserves a pizza, of course, would be Wallace Satiti. Conversation is mostly about pizza. Viewers are either commenting about their love for pizza, the different types of pizzas they like, talking about how they are currently eating pizza. That's quite fun. I feel like it's something that shouldn't be so fun, but it is. Come on, the Blues. Says Rugby Itch, in time for Hawaiian pizza, says Ski. Well done, us and the pizza. Of those Chiefs finals, says Rugby Itch. And I was to deliver the pizza, AI says amazing. And there's our stupid pizza dough, AI says fashion. But yeah, Wallace Satiti had a blinder of a contest in this matchup. He was absolutely everywhere. Same with Damien McKenzie having a sensational game as well. People are excitedly chatting about pizza and which teams they want to win in the next game. Ruth Carter mentioned she needs to go to work soon and the Hurricanes are acting up. Ruth got the shout out from the AI. Shout out, Ruth. Hopefully work goes well for you. I'm having too much fun with that. We're probably going to do that on the URC live stream as well, ladies and gents. Yeah, Ruth talking about how the Hurricanes are acting up and that she's got work soon. Is it going to name drop anyone else? You get a shout out from the AI. I feel like that's pretty impressive on the stream. People are talking about pizza while watching the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFL game. They're also discussing the Hurricanes in the game. Who mentioned the Kansas City Buccaneers? Wait, no. Oh, did it think it's talking about the Kansas City Chiefs? Maybe it's thinking rather than the actual Chiefs. It will start dropping recipes now for pizza. And roof in there. And Chiefs Pizza will win AI. It's just the best comments on YouTube, says Glenn in there. Well, now that we've got AI to help us out, I feel like it's just more fun in it as well. But nonetheless, we do thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Just looking through a few of the stats for this game. We mentioned about the handling error and how much it was hurting this Hurricane side, having about 17 errors throughout the game. Now, the penalty count, 9 against the Canes, 7 against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs were the two who did have themselves the yellow cards. And we're seeing the tackles all throughout this game, over 120 made by both sides, 164 made by the Chiefs, missing 21. AI calling the Chiefs Kansas City Chiefs, says Glenn Woods. And as AI is the future piece, jumps on board while it's at its young stages, says Naz Williams. I like the fact that it just randomly says, this is the summary of the chat. I wonder if, I can't imagine that's, like, what would that be the scenario that you need to use that? Like if you were, like if the chat was going too quick maybe and you wanted a summary of what was happening. I should have been using that all throughout the game. The Hurricanes won 19 pizzas and the Chiefs won 30 pizzas. People are discussing various kinds of pizza and debating what kind is best, and some even making pizza-related predictions. Ruth Carter humorously mentioned traffic delays, and some, what have you done to the AI, Ruth? You're getting like every shout-out that's possible at the moment. I wish you're fantastic. Keep rocking, speak later. Yeah, I don't know whether or not Ruth is the AI, and she has somehow got 2 call-outs from the AI in just a very short matter of moment. Key topics for you, cool. Hamish, please talk longer here, mate. Let's go Chiefs, says Ivan. I'm in a pretty chatty mood at the moment, to be honest. I think it is because this game was a much better game than yesterday's, and that is no discredit at all to the Blues. It's just, it was more back and forth. Even though the Chiefs were ahead by a lot, it still seemed like the Hurricanes had a bit of a chance, and as soon as the Brumbies conceded those few early tries, they were just out of that game. You make it close to a legit Tupac song in under 5 minutes, says Naz Williams. And up the Chiefs, we're off to Eden Park, says Snap and Chiefs Pizza, says Dan Pans. And there as well. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, the next game that we are covering will be taking place in 7 hours' time. In URC tonight, Amy, we are doing the URC, and that is going to be the one that is taking place between the Bulls and Leinster. That is a 1:30 a.m. start time for us here in New Zealand, but a 2 a.m. start time for the game. And then also there is a game at 5 a.m. that is taking place between Glasgow and Munster. And that is also going to be a late night semi-final. So be sure to tune in for those ones. This live stream will actually take you over to that next one if you do want to catch a little bit of the pre-match entertainment. We will be talking about that Springboks training squad that was recently announced. So if you are new, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.